Good Thursday night world. We are live. And welcome to another episode of Band Dog Talk, aka Lab Talk with the Dog God, aka the Coach, aka the Elon Musk of high performance working dogs. That's me. That's right. Big salute to all my brothers. Salute to Young Ready Red with that pole position. Salute to my brother, Young Duro Recio Bully Camper. Shout out to the Duro Lounge. Them boys over there cooking up. Duro, you boys is over there cooking over there. So big salute to you, Duro. Coop. Coop. Big salute to you, Coop. What'd you say, Coop? Let me put that on the screen there, Coop. Coop said, "Hey, Coach, I have someone helping me today. Wanted to let you know the reason I sounded foreign is because I'm blind." Oh, shit. Okay. Speech to text doesn't work well sometimes, and I can't type well on my iPad. Hey, salute to you, Coop. Hey, thank you for having the ear to hear, Coop. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? Ear to hear and the love for dogs, man. You know what I mean? I appreciate you showing up and participating either way, brother. So that makes a lot of sense, though. It makes a lot of sense. But man, I'm grateful to have you, Cool. Real shit, man. Thank you, man. Much love and respect. And big salute to the chat. You know what I mean? And all you guys get ready to come into the chat, come back into the classroom on Thursday nights. No entertainment here in the classroom. All of us got our pads out, our pens, you know what I mean? Your iPads, whatever you use, your pencils, whatever you use, we taking notes over here in the classroom. That's what we do over here on Thursday nights, man. All the top tier dogman engineers, you feel me? We come to the classroom, man, to learn from the coach. But before we get cooking, before I get into my week, you already know what I always suggest us do, right? Get your herbal sensations ready to go. Roll them things up. Backwoods, paper planes, Swisher sweets, bongs, whatever you like, lotions, edibles, you know what I'm saying? Your drink, your beverages, or herbal sensation beverages, all that shit. They got so many different herbal sensation infused products. Man, get that shit ready to go. If you like Doricio, man, you like your tall can brewskis, or anybody else who like their cold ones, man, your Budweisers, your Coors Lights, whatever you like, Heineken's, Coronas, all that shit, man. Get that shit ready to go, man. Make sure that shit's cold. Crack that bitch open. That's right. If you like your shots, man, go ahead and get your vodka. You know what I mean? Go ahead and get your Hennessy, your tequila, you know what I mean? Bourbon, all that shit. Anything that you want to take a quick shot, man, get that shit ready to go, man. Get that shit ready to go. And if you like the coach who keeps it simple, because life is very hard as it is. If you got any way to keep your life simple, man, please utilize that. And how I do it when it comes to my drink, I keep it mixed up vodka lemonade. That's right, man. So everybody, whatever you got as far as your different mixed drinks, Moscow mules, whatever you like to drink mixed, man, get that shit ready to go. But as we always do, man, cheers on a Thursday night, man. Salute to y'all. Oh man. Do I need that? That's right. Man, on this Thursday night, fellas, on episode 84, man, I don't even get into, even, acknowledging this particular day. I never was really into that, into certain days and celebrating. I definitely give thanks and honor to the Most High on this particular day. But, today is my life day, May the 1st. And it happens to fall on our Thursday night classroom, man. So want to give glory and honor to God for another year on the planet Earth. Just definitely grateful for that. And grateful to be able to share this day with y'all, man, in the classroom. So glory to God for another year, man. Thank you, Duro. Glory to God for another year on the planet. Been a tough one, but you know what I mean. We you either made for it or you're not. You know what I mean. I'm made for it, man. Field general extraordinaire, man. Ranked up, scarred up, everything that comes with being a field general, man. So, salute to the Most High for another day on the planet, another year on the planet. God is good, man. I'm glad I'm able to share this day with y'all, man, in the classroom. Nell Mac, big salute, family. Blue Line Terriers, big salute, family. And like I said, glory to God, man. God is good. So, man. So many things, man. Salute, Young Ready. So many things, man. So many things. I'm not going to get into detail. For those who know the details, those are for you guys to know. But, definitely had some, let's say some play audible calling news this week when it comes to my direction, when it comes to my program and everything that I've been working on for all these many moons on the, dealing with these dogs. And it was something that I wouldn't say was a surprise. It wasn't. I wasn't surprised. It was something that I knew could possibly occur, but to get confirmation of that, that right there was like, okay, okay, what's next? You know what I'm saying? So understanding that, coping with that, dealing with that, being a quarterback / coach, because I always tell you I'm a player coach when it comes to how I operate. I coach my team that I own, that I play on. Ain't that something? Coach the team that I'm on and I play on. So everything is all in house when it comes to the moves that I got to make in my life and the dogs and everything else I got going on. So, to have to make adjustments at the line of scrimmage, right? In game, EA Sports in the game always, right? Never on the sidelines, always in the game. Definitely is, franchise altering. It's a franchise altering decision. Okay. And so mentally, emotionally, I've been coping with this decision that I have to make. You know what I mean? And it's something that I'm not happy with. I'm gonna tell you all that right now. I'm not happy with it. Um Definitely gotta make, a damn near a 180, man. You know what I mean? On the direction that I'm going, like an about face, you know what I'm saying? It's like on that type shit, like a damn near an about face, you know. And definitely tough to have to accept it because of all my hard work over the years, you know what I'm saying? All my blood, sweat, and dog shit, all my blood, sweat, and tears. But, that's something that, I had to prepare myself for that coin flip either way. You know what I mean? Just mentally and emotionally, regardless, I had to prepare myself for that. And we might have had an episode about the pivot or whatever, but, if not, we'll talk about the pivot too. But either way, um, God is good either way, right? We got to say God is good, through the sunshine and through the rain, man. You know what I mean? Through the joy and through the pain, man. You got to say God is good, man. And that's the true test of a true like soldier, right? Is that when the victory is won, man, the celebration is there, man. And when the losses is there, man, you still gotta pick yourself up off the fucking ground, man, and dust yourself off and say, man, all right, man, live to see another game, man. Get up. Get up. All right, I know we want to cry a river like Justin Timberlake, but get up. You know what I'm saying? We got another season. We got more games. So, being tested and being who I am as a diplomat in the world, you know, walking around the planet with diplomatic immunity to the fuck shit. Not to say that I'm not exempt from it. I'm just immune to it. It's kind of like crazy to even say that shit, right? How are you immune to that shit? You know why? Because I've experienced enough of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you experience enough pain in your life that it don't hurt no more, but it hurts. When you're a soldier, you get that. When you have experienced so many losses and like for real, where you done cried your last tear and shit, but inside you crying, but the people around you don't even know that you crying because you done cried your last tear because you've been crying your whole career as a soldier. And because that's what comes with being on the front lines of things that you do in your life, being a pioneer and being always the spear, the tip, being a tip, you learn to control your Whitney. For those who don't know what the Whitney is, that's that Whitney Houston, I get so emotional, baby. You know what I'm saying? I call when you get into your emotions, I call it Whitney. That's what I call it. That's what the coach called it. The coach is, you know what I mean? The coach is real swift with the tongue. You know what I'm saying? The lingo. Coach got that shit. You know what I mean? But anyway, because I've been through, battles, man, over time, man. Been through battles with some of the best soldiers, been through the battles with some of the so-called best soldiers, but they really not the best soldiers because they can't handle the joy and the pain. They can't handle getting shot. They can't handle getting injured, coming off the bench, coming off of injured reserves and still being a top tier pro level player. They can't. Then some of those you cross paths with can, and they inspire you. Like, yo, wow, there's no, man, I couldn't, it's the unbelievable, but it's believable when you really got the heart to be that type person. So, through my life as a man, and on this day, which happens to be a life day, another year on the planet, I'm just grateful that through my experiences as a man that I'm able to, stand the way I stand, even in defeat. To be able to be on my, in my Whitney, but, in the field, what they say, never let them see you sweat. That's that old school commercial, that old school deodorant. Sure, it's called Sure deodorant, man. Back in the day, man, it was a deodorant called Sure. And they had a commercial saying, never let them see you sweat. Yeah, man. Coach been living that life since fucking high school. Now, gift and the curse, right? For me, two-edged sword. It's gift and the curse being that way. Because some people take that as a weakness. Some people might take that as a weakness. Like, man, that nigga coach don't get rattled. Man. Oh, man. Oh, man. But, there's a reason, like I was telling y'all, there's a reason why I'm able to never let them see you sweat. There's a reason why I'm able to cry, but you don't see me crying. Because I've had so much experience in the field of fucking L's and wins and L's and wins and L's and pain and pain and pain and struggle and fight that it's like a callus. That emotional response is like a callus. Because I've felt it so many times in your career of battles, your careers of accomplishments in life. So as I digress on that part of what I'm talking about, just grateful, man, for another year, y'all. That's pretty much what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for what the Most High has given me in my lifetime. I'm grateful for my awareness. I'm even grateful for my favor. Sometimes I might not think I'm as favored as I should be. However, we always do the mathematics in life. You know what I'm saying? We weigh the pros and the cons, and we do the balances, checks and balances of all that. And then you look at the bigger picture, and you be like, well, I guess I'm still the favorite, regardless of the losses. And then there ain't no guess. You do the math like, yeah, I am. And my mother called me up, and I'm gonna get off this tangent. But this is, it's my show. I'm speaking my truth. My mom called me up, just wish me a happy birthday or whatever. And she know I'm she know who I am. I'm her oldest son, but I'm her hardest soldier, if that makes sense. And my mom is like any other typical mom, very Whitney Houston, all that shit. And you know, told my mother, I was like, what, mom, right now, it's a great, salute to the Most High for the day, but shoot, man, I'm not in the best emotional state, being that I have a lot of responsibilities in my life. And be careful what you ask God for, or be careful what you pray for, or be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it, right? Right? I know y'all heard that saying before. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. And what that truly means is there's pluses and minuses to that wish, like Aladdin. When you accept and you pray and you ask God for the things in your life and you get it, you get all of it, 360 degrees of what you asking for. There's half of that 360 degrees and there's the other half, right? And then on both halves, there's a plus and a minus to that. And then there's in the middle, it's the balance. So I was telling my mom, like, thanks, mom, appreciate that. You know what I mean? I don't celebrate birthdays, but I'm like, thanks, mom. That's what your mom gonna always do that. I said, mom, man, I'm freaking. How low can you go limbo mentally, man, on this day? And of course, mom gonna have to talk to me. My mom got to give me a soldier prep talk. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna listen to it, but I'm like, mom, come on, you already know. But see, normally I don't even express that. That's how hard I am as a soldier, right? That's how hard I am in battle. I don't express none of that. I'm gonna share one more thing. But anyway, I let my mom, try to give me a pep rally talk. I accepted it because it's my mother, you know what I'm saying? But like, whatever, mom, I'm just expressing realness. But see, before I would never express anything. And you know how long it took me to tell another man that I loved them? Like, this is the type of coach y'all dealing with, right? I done evolved over the years, many moons. I am what you would call vicious with a smile. I am the most vicious motherfucker you probably ever met in your life, but you would never know it. Because I'm a thinking man. I play chess with niggas. See, motherfuckers want to twist your nipples, but when you twist my nipples, my shit got calluses. Remember I told y'all about that shit? You can't hurt me with a twist of my nipple, nigga. Now, over time, I've been getting in tune with my Whitney for the right reasons. I'm understanding feelings, understanding emotions, understanding if people trigger a certain type of feeling and it's genuine, then you should return that feeling back. Shout out to my wife. She taught me that. My wife taught me that over the years. She had to deal with me. While she had to deal with pain from me to teach me how to feel. But anyway, long story short, it took me a long time to tell another man that I loved him and cared about him, even my own father. But because I had to learn balance in my life, and life had to give me a couple takeaway closes to make me understand hurt, like emotional hurt. Okay, had to, not just regular pain, physical pain, mental pain, but emotional pain. God had to show me some emotional things that had me like, ooh, I don't like that feeling. But it took me a while to tell another man that I loved him, because I felt like if I did that, that man would think I was weak. And I don't want no man to think I'm weak. I'm very calculated and get away with a lot of things that most men can't, because I'm very calculated. I'm a thinking man. So I don't ever want a man to think I'm weak if I tell him I care about him, because then, there's an old saying that nice guys finish last. I don't know if you ever heard that before. I've heard that many times. And people might mistake me as a nice guy, which at the end of the day, I would say I'm pretty nice. You know, I'm pretty nice. Like I give the world the benefit of the doubt. So they think I do, right? Because I'm calculated. You know what I mean? I make you think that, but I'm thinking the worst about you anyway. But anyway, long story short, it took me a while. It took me a while to do that. So even fast forward to my mother, reaching out to me, and then I'm sharing something I would never share with her as far as how I'm feeling, man. And I let her give me a pep rally talk. She never gave me no pep rally talk. I'm a soldier. I'm her number one son, man. That's me. I'm the coach. I told you, my dad called me the coach. My brothers call me the coach. My friend, everybody call me coach, because that's who I am. I coach by example. I'm not your coach, but you see how I coach myself. You respect it. You like that nigga really good. That nigga, shit, that nigga really good at what he do. Look how he move. Nigga smart too. Look at how he break the plays down. Coach. So on this day, man, I showed my mother my emotion. Ain't that something, man? Moms ain't never seen me on no Whitney. But that just shows my evolution, that I could be vulnerable to the men that I love. I could be vulnerable and not feel like, oh, this nigga might think I'm weak because I'm telling them I care about them, or, I'm expressing a lower energy that I've been feeling, an insecurity that I've been feeling with my mother, a woman. Nah, man, what the fuck? Nah, you gotta stand firm. Like you can't tell mama that. You know what I'm saying? I'll let mama give me a pep rally. I'm the pep rally. I give pep rallies. I'm decorated in the field, Nick. You know what I'm saying? I'm decorated. I got the Purple Heart, wounded in battle multiple times, nigga. Still frontlining with the troops. Still get respect from the troops, the privates, all the niggas on the front line. I'm out there with them. That's me. But you know what? On this day, which is, my life day, man, I'm grateful that I'm able to, be vulnerable in that way, man. And I'm grateful to have you guys, my brothers, my dog brothers, dog sisters, whoever listens to this dog channel, whoever comes to this classroom on Thursday nights and supports your brother. Man, I'm grateful to have y'all too, man, because I want to see y'all succeed. I want to see y'all win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see y'all level up with what y'all trying to do. But not only do I want to see you guys do that, I want to be able to show you how to do it through my example. And that's the main reason why, I come on Thursday nights. I don't have to do this. Salute to all y'all brothers who have y'all YouTube channels, man, and doing y'all thing. I'm proud of y'all, all y'all, whoever doing that. I salute all y'all that's doing y'all thing with y'all YouTubes, man. Keep going, keep working, keep pushing. But I told y'all, for me, this is all about the dogs. I'm not, I don't need the fanfare, man. I don't gravitate. I don't feed off of that energy of people liking me. I never fed off that ever. I'm a very likable person, but I don't feed off of it. Matter of fact, I don't like it personally. I'm a background nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm the nigga you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you got a big ass company and shit. I'm like the chairman of the boards and shit. I'm one of them niggas. You got the CEO, the CFO, all them niggas. Then you got the chairman of the board. I'm them niggas and the chairman of, that's me. That's always been me. I'm them type of niggas, want to be in the background. I want to be a part of the supercomputer. You never see me, never hear about me, never know about me. That's always been me in my life. However, getting into these dogs, the dogs can't speak for themselves. Like I always told y'all, the dogs can't speak for themselves. I got to be their spokesman. So then my personality got to come out, okay, to promote the dogs and, promote my program. So here I am, right? Here we are Thursday night. Here you guys know the coach. But as I digress, got to be able to, as you take the praise and the victories, and you can accept those with happiness and joy, You know, you got to accept the pain, man, and the L's too, man. And it all comes with this shit, man. All comes with life, all comes with this dog game. But as we get into the topic at hand, you know what I mean? We're going to keep carrying on and we're going to do what it do. Because that's all I know. That's all I know how to keep doing is pushing forward and keep putting in this work, and more work 3 times. Work, and more work 3 times. But all right, we're going to cook tonight. This is a great subject matter. I mean, dog, we have, bro, we always be cooking up in the classroom, man. We got some great content if you want to learn something, man. So we're on episode 84, you know, go back, 83 episodes. You feel me? And just go back and, you know what I mean? Take a listen, man. Get your notepad out and peep game. You know, this classroom is for us pioneer dogmen. You know, us dogmen who have ideas and visions and dreams and really love dogs. But not only that, really want to get in a lab, scientist type. You know, that's why I added the Elon Musk to my play. You know what I'm saying? That's a man that is, his brain is on the next shit, next, and he gonna do it by any means necessary. And then when he does it at a high level. So I'm like, oh, that's how I think with dogs. And so what we do over here is we think like that, because if we're doing high performance dogs, or we're doing performance dogs, which is not really the wave now, because unless you're in an arena where you can truly showcase them, people can't really, accept it, can't really gravitate toward it enough to where it's like, okay, damn, I need like if we was racing cars, like we talk about, if we racing cars, we racing on the track. I got the fastest car. Of course we're going to be into it. Of course everybody trying to, of course we're going to be talking shit. Of course we're going to be really putting the effort in to make the next. But we dealing with performance dogs, unless we got a performance dog type of league, you know what I mean? It's just left up to us guys who are visionaries and like, okay, I'm doing this for me, right? Because the world ain't really seeing it because they can't really test what I'm cooking anyway. So, this is where we at. Salute to you guys, all you guys and gals, for, being this type of dog man, pioneer type, you know what I mean? Much love and respect to all of you, man. Salute. But let me put this in the ticker before we cook, man. And I'll, drop the link for the qualified. To breed for profit or to breed for your program? That is the question, right? Remember that old school, I don't know if that's Shakespeare, to be or not to be, that is the question. I don't know if that's Shakespeare. Maybe I might be messing that up, but y'all know what I'm talking about, man. To breed for profit or to breed for your program? That is the question tonight. You know what I mean? Now, already, right, that the coach only speaks through his example, right? I speak through my lens, and then we all cook as a supercomputer, super brain, super dog man brain together through y'all's lens, right? To come up with a nice little, some content, some good classroom shit, to where somebody's listening, they can be like, oh, okay, yeah, I get that. Yeah, okay, shit, yeah. Oh, I can relate to that. Oh, I get that. Oh, man. Oh, I was thinking the same shit. So with this topic tonight, which is something that, I've been doing a hokey pokey on, right? I've been doing the right foot in and put your right foot out and put your right foot in and you shake it all about, right? I've been doing that shit with this topic tonight. Like, do I breed for profit or do I breed for my program? Do I breed for both? Like, which one's more important? Like, all this shit. You only talk to yourself like this when you EA Sports in the game. When you live in the field, you talk to yourself like this. Because experience is what makes you think, right? Unless you are really into studying. A lot of individuals wasn't good in class, right? A lot of individuals, they weren't good in school. A lot of individuals, they weren't studiers, right? Me, I was gifted in school. I didn't have to study. Like, you know how you have homework and shit? See, I would do my homework in class. I would use my teacher while I was in class ask her the questions that I knew that was going to be on my homework. Then I would do my homework in class. So when she would give me the homework, or they would give us the homework, I already had the answers to that shit. So I don't have to go home and do the homework, or I wouldn't have to go home and study. You know what I'm saying? I was always a nigga that paid attention in class. There's very few people that pay attention. We got all these podcasts, all these different talk shows, whatever we got now, that could be giving you game, but most people are listening to be entertained versus listening to learn in a classroom. This right here is something that you should be learning. And I hope that you guys are going to pay attention tonight when we talk about this, because it will save you a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of heartache, a lot of L's. Okay? A lot. This topic right here will save you a lot if you pay attention in class. Okay? So without further ado, I'm going to drop the link. Whoever's qualified, Bando for life, man. You man, get up on the panel. Bando for life. You know what I mean? If you qualify, man, let's cook on this topic, man. You know what I mean? Because this is something that I think a lot of dog men and women need to understand. And I would hope that they, you know, if they're trying to do what I'm doing or what we're doing or whoever else is doing what I'm doing, they will pay attention. And then not only will they pay attention, they will take the notes, right? Hey, Duro, hey, I love my Duro notes. I love that shit, Duro. Wait, hopefully they're taking their notes like my brother Duro do and the coach do and all the others who be actually in class taking notes. And then they apply the shit. Because then they apply what we talked about and they'll be that much further ahead. They won't have to take the LL not cool J's, right? They don't have to take them LL not cool J's, right? And then they can learn from that and move forward. That's right. That's right. So let me drop the link for the qualified, man. We're going to get to cooking tonight. That's right, man. We're going to get to cooking tonight, man. Because that's what I like to do. I like to cook and I like to teach in the classroom, because that's how we elevate these damn dogs. Man, hit that link if you qualified. Man, hit that damn link if you qualified. And hit that link if you qualified. We're going to cook, man. Cheers to y'all, man. Love y'all. You know, thank you guys for showing up on my life day this Thursday night for the classroom. Thank you for showing up for the classroom, man. Duro.
What up, Coach?
Man, what's good with you, Duro, man?
Salute, Coach. Salute, Duro.
Salute, ready?
Salute, chat.
Salute.
Yeah, man.
Bando.
Salute, Bando.
Yay. What's happening, fella? What it do, Coach? Put me in, Coach.
Man.
Put me in.
Come on, man. Come on, Bando. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, back in the day, early bird special, you already know what time it was back in the day. I said, hey, Bando, the coach is going to do a band dog talk, and use one of my first interviews.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah, no doubt, Bando. No doubt, man. For real.
Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, for all, people that want to show they dog, see me, like, I pick scabs. And if you got a backbone and it's like, damn, this fool didn't bite, he didn't take the bait. And matter of fact, he got my hook and put his bait on it and threw it back in the ocean. Like, damn. And that's this man right here. I picked the scab with this man, and he just showed me nothing but professionalism and an individual that stands behind his dogs in a proper way. And believe it or not, I was like, man, what's happening? Hey, that's the coach. That's the coach.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt, Bando. Real life, man.
So therefore, everybody who gets on this internet, when people pick a scab, it's not because they dislike you or they don't like your dogs. They just want to see if you got character. And once you got character, it's like, what's happening? I'm on your platform now, my boy. You know what I mean? It's nothing personal. You got to weed the real from the fake, because 2025, the fake is the new real, and the real is the new fake. So it's like, man.
Exactly.
Bible too.
Exactly.
Preach, preach. What's up though? How you guys doing?
Chilling. Yo, I like what you doing over there, man. When I seen you get them bull terriers, I was like, oh man, he know right where he going. I seen
Hey, you
right
know
what
what?
you about to do, man.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like
you
it
can see.
too.
Can you see it?
I love it, man. I'm loving
Hey,
it,
and you
man.
got to be different, my boy. It's like everybody, everybody wants to be, looked at respectfully. You know, as a good stand-up dude, and your dogs standing up for what they are. But it seems like very few want to branch off and do their own thing.
Right.
Like I never seen a nigga breed a fucking band dog to a Kango in the U.S. Shit like that. Like just different shit where they work just the same as a thoroughbred or any other hybrid dog or band dog or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? It's like
Right.
it's. I think you get more shine when you stand alone, but you got to go to the darkness to get to that shine. You feel me?
Facts.
Everybody want to shine off the rip. They want to shine off. They glistening, but when you look at it, these niggas silver. They ain't platinum. Not no platinum. They're not white gold. They silver because they want to shine off the rip. I'll be dirty as a penny, but to shine me up, coach, I'm gonna be glistening like a fucking ruby.
Facts.
Shit. Bars.
I'm just saying. I'll be your best competitor. I'll be your best competitor. You know why? Because I know you're gonna make me go to that next notch, and I know my dog's gonna make your dogs go to that next notch. So it's like, hey, it's like butter and jelly. I'm just saying.
I like Tic Tac, man. That's one of my favorites over there. Just saying.
Yeah, that's it. My dog. I chimed in because it was a very good topic. Do you breed for profit or what was it? You breed for profit or you breed for what?
For your program.
I think everything. I think that profit shit is gonna come later on down the line when you got that program concrete.
Cook. I'm gonna let you go ahead and cook. Shit. Go ahead and cook now. Go ahead and cook.
I think nigga, you can't be Benny Hannes if you ain't beating Panda Express. You know what I mean? It's like what I mean by that is like, man, like you got to take losses. You're gonna put more into your dogs than what you get out. But when you put in and you work your dogs, slowly but surely, people gonna see and they gonna gravitate to what? A person that has a backbone it's not with the in crowd, and basically it's just coming with its own flavor. And he's not scared to broadcast it on a working platform, society, real life, whatever. He's just doing his own thing. I'm speaking about myself and so many others like myself. But everybody has their own twist. But it's like you got to put into what you want to produce and sell to the public. So therefore, I think you got to get your hands dirty before you get a profit.
I like that.
Well said. Well said. Come on, man. Y'all, hey, you already know how the coach like to come. I like to bat up, clean up. You feel me? Go ahead. Anybody want to cook up in here, bang? Go ahead, young ready.
I rather like the because I want to keep all my dogs. You know what I'm saying? I'm in it more for the dogs and to keep upgrading them. I want to make a complete dog. No dog's ever gonna be perfect, so I want to keep creating them, seeing what I can make. And then I don't care about what the people are saying and all that. Because, later on, when I do make my werewolf or whatever I make, they're going to be on it. And they're going to want their werewolf. So they're going to be hitting me up, looking for that. They're going to be like, can you make me the albino? Nah, you make your albino.
Right.
My joints is going to be how my joints is going to be. And they're always going to be to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So it's
young.
gotta be my program.
What like, and when you talk about working, like, what are you striving for, my boy? Like what are you trying to do?
I want like a supreme hunter. Like a dog that could go through, you know, like some dogs, they can't go through like the weeds, the thorns and all that. I want a
Yes,
dog
yes,
that
yes,
can go through
yes.
all of that. It's not like how the dogo, that joint don't care about none of that. It's going through that.
Basically, you want a bait and catch dog type shit.
Correct. And I also wanted to be good with kids. It gotta be cool with the fam.
Yes. Yes.
And it gotta
Yeah, not to cut you off, because honestly, my boy, this is what I have learned. Because I'm like you. I want to keep all my dogs to myself. You know what I mean? Like, I want all my dogs.
Fact.
But what you got to do, since you want that supreme hunting dog, you need to reach out to people that really, really hunt. You know what I mean? And sometimes you got to give away some dogs, man. You know, for free. For free.
Nothing.
Just to get your name out there. Because let me tell you, the social media could make you or break you. But the only thing they cannot do is talk over what they see. And if they see your dogs and working men's, let me correct myself, and houndsmen's hands, whether it be female or male, and they working your shit, they gonna go to where they work at, and they gonna come to you. So what you said right there is great, because I'm on the same boat like you, but I had to learn this. And I don't want you to do the same mistakes like I made behind, not greed, but it's just like, it's like, damn, you know, it's your shit. You know what I mean? But sometimes if you want your shit to shine, you got to give it. You got to give it out. You know what I mean? You got to let them taste that shit.
That's facts.
But each his own though. But I want you, but if you got an Instagram, I could connect you to some real good people, my boy.
Yeah, I'm already following you, man.
But let me know. Like, if you guys don't know, New Dog Man, he's out there in Georgia. He's a good stand-up dude, man, and he hunts. I think you want to be connected with him. And he has check out Finley Kennel Rivers or Finley River Kennels or something like that. He's a good houndsman. There's a lot of people use this shit to your benefit. You know what I mean? Don't get sucker in with all this. Oh, talk. I like to rah, but I use that shit as my advantage. I just ruffle your feathers and just make you look stupid. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'll just make you look. That's what I want you to do. Right. You know what I mean? Because whether you talk about me good or bad, you talking about me. So, hey, I'll take it how it comes.
Engagement, man. Gotta
yes,
get
sir.
Engagement, man. The hate is good. Hate is good to an extent.
Yeah, the hate means you doing something, but at the same time, as always, getting having branches, out, making bridges with other people, man. That's the best fucking thing ever. And I should get an iPhone. Ha ha. That part.
Right.
But what's up with that Kango breeding though? Or what's that? What Adelanto or what is that?
She's a Kango. She's a Kango. My Kango bitch from Serbia, Snow White tie.
That look at this nigga got some crazy shit, some exotic shit. That's crazy. I like it.
I mean,
I like it.
I'm like you, Bando. I'm like all of honestly, everybody who fuck with me is like this. You know, Reddy's like this, Duro, all of us is like this, Chat is like this. Like we got vision, you know what I'm saying? We got visions and dreams. Like I said, we just don't like one type dog. We like dogs, but we like working.
And that's a great thing. Every dog was bred for a reason, my boy. Like, sir, get your knowledge up.
Yeah.
Don't be scared.
So don't be scared. Dogs. You feel me? So for me, I see dogs like how I see parts for a car. Like back in the days, man, back in the late 90s and shit like that. I was into those Rice Rockets, the Integras, the Civics and shit.
What was that? The Integras.
Yeah,
yes.
The Integras, the
2-doors.
The fucking the Mitsubishi Eclipse, all that shit. All that shit I was into. But I was into souping them up with the turbos, doing the cams, doing the headers, the full exhaust, all the shit, right? So that's how I see the dogs. But the only way you do that, same way you do the car, you do the dogs. The only way you get different parts, you got to get different breeds. You're not gonna get the same. You feel me? You're not gonna get the same parts unless somebody is really breeding some next level performance type dog. And you know, you might have some of those guys out there, but most of the time I gotta go outside my breed to get them damn performance parts so I can soup my shit up to outdo your shit. And that's how I see the dog. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I love different breeds, because they add something different. So if I didn't have that mindset, I would never even know what a Kangal is, because I would never have one, or Malinois.
But what made you get into it, and what do you see that dog, those dogs' attributes? How can you tell them apart from what you have, and why is it so important to implement that into your program?
Oh, that's a good question.
Great question.
That's a good question.
Question.
Well, first and foremost, you know, I got my boy AK47 Chopper, the freak of nature, my boy, you know what I'm saying? Legendary. Having that dog, having him as a dog, raising him as a puppy, got him at 4 months old from overseas, and watching this look like a damn hound dog and shit, turn into a freak like him, and seeing his abilities, and like just seeing how much of a freak. I've never owned a freak of nature in real life. Okay. A dog, like I told y'all, that intimidates me. Okay. Now he don't know I'm intimidated, but I'm being honest to y'all, my dog brothers, because that's what we do over here, right? So to have a dog that's intimidating is a freak. And then I'm like, well, damn it, everything I want to do is next level, because I'm a pioneer. I'm like, what can I do to do something next? I follow Canine Matt. I follow Bull Vision out there in fucking, I don't know, they're London or somewhere in Europe.
Yes,
but they was big time in them herder dogs, them bull herders.
Yes.
Okay. And I was a fan of what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? I like Chloe, the wife, and I think her husband, or her man, the black dude or whatever. I don't know his name, but I know Chloe, right? Anyway, I was a fan of them. No, real shit. I was a fan of, no disrespect, but I was a fan of them, right? When I saw Canine Matt go buy him a damn bull herder, and I respect Canine Matt and what he do with them damn working dogs. Okay. When he bought that shit from overseas, I'm like, oh shit, the herders must be what's next. Because why would Canine Matt go overseas and buy his dog? He know a lot of dogs. I mean, he popular. He can buy dogs all over, but Malinois, this, that, and the third. He can buy all kind of shit. And he did. He bought like a black pit bull that he sold and shit. He sold that shit. But anyway, long story short, this is why I decided to get a Kangal. So I saw that bull herder program. I saw Matt get him a bull herder. And I'm like, okay, well, shit, you know, I'm always about next level shit. You know, I got all kind of DNA. I'm still in that process of building my shit and buying DNA. So I'm like, how can I make a next level bull herder? They're using Dutch Shepherds, Malinois, whatever, German Shepherds, right?
That's that being different shit I'm talking about. Go ahead.
There you go. Okay. So then I'm like, okay, how can I come in the game and set myself apart to where maybe somebody like that will be like, yo, man, who's this nigga the coach, man? What the fuck? This nigga got him a fucking bull herder with a Kangal? Because we know what a Kangal can do. If y'all don't know the Kangal, go study the Kangal. But we know what the Kangal can do, right? So I'm like, but damn, I got a freaking nature named AK, and he produces his fucking type. If I put him in a fucking Kangal, that would be a fucking that would be a fucking a nuclear weapon.
That's a Frankenstein of a dog, man.
That would be a nuclear weapon. And now you ask me another question. What did I learn about having one? What is it like owning one? Like,
what is that? Like, what do you want that trait? Well, like that's what you see. Like
what did I learn from? Okay,
what is this shit bringing to your program?
Correct. Okay, so me wanting to be different. Kangal, right? Okay, I haven't heard too many people. I'm not saying this hasn't been done because ain't nothing under the sun.
I never heard not in the U.S. Never.
Right. But then even if it was, there's not one done with AK. So that's how I see it. It's like you might have done it with a pit bull. That's fine. Salute to you, but you ain't done it with AK. So I'm like, well, shit. I got to get something different. I got to get a shepherd dog As long as it's a shepherd dog, whether it's a guardian shepherd dog or a herding shepherd
It's
dog,
a shepherd.
it's
It's
a
a
shepherd
shepherd.
dog. Okay, you idiots that don't
And
fuck
that is a formula to make your own Dutch herder. I
or
mean your
a
bull herder.
Exactly. There you go. So you see that? There's a lot of idiots that don't get it. And I'm not disrespecting y'all who don't get it, but if you don't want to get it, you're an idiot. Now you get it because I broke it down to you because we're in the classroom. Fast forward. I get it.
Message.
It's always a message in the classroom now. We're here to teach. We're not here to fucking downplay and belittle.
Of course not. Learn one, teach one.
So I get the Kangal, right? Because I want to be different, right? So get it from a breeder, boom. Get my shit, boom. Now this is what I learned, though. This is what I learned.
Wait. You can't go about how you get that motherfucker.
Well, I mean, you got to know breeders out there. You got to know. I got a breeder.
You got to know somebody that knows somebody.
Yeah, there's a breeder in Serbia.
Or know that body.
He breed. You know, he shows his shit, but he really works his shit too. But he shows his shit out there in Serbia. You know what I'm saying? Got my shit from
How
him.
much you pay for that bad boy or that bad bitch?
I'd rather not say. However, if you want to buy one, you know how the coach do. I'm not gonna middleman you. I'll slide you to the source side. You can ask him. You know, ask him. Hey man, you got some Kangals and shit. Coach got them from me. You know what I mean? Hey, coach said you gonna give me the jug, man. Hook me up. I'll let him tell you that shit. I'd rather not tell you what I pay because see, I'm coming in Madonna like a virgin over there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have the plug. I'm coming in with my money. My money is my dick. I'm like, hey, how much you want for that? But anyway, digress. So
yeah. So he driving stacks for sure.
Well, this is how it works. This is why I got my Malawa is even on that level, probably even better than my Kangal. But we ain't not gonna talk about.
I believe it. I fucking believe it.
But let's talk about the Kangal. So long story short,
we could talk about all if you want to.
Well, I don't want to digress from the topic. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I'll tell you about the Kangal. So then I get the Kangal, and now I'm learning about the dog. So I'm kind of intimidated based off of what I've heard about these dogs. Bear, wolves.
They're wolf slayers.
The number one bite force damn near of any dog on the planet.
Yes, sir.
All that shit I'm kind of intimidated by, right? So I get the dog and I'm treading lightly with my energy because I don't want to make like I'm overpowering her to where she's intimidated by me and then she wants to defend. Because that's what they do. They defend, right? So
yes,
I'm playing her accordingly. Now I put her in my pack of all kind of different shit that I got, and then over time she kind of like learns because that's what they do. You put them in a pack of sheep, they learn how to be a sheep, right? You put them in a pack of Kangals, they learn how to be Kangals, right? So I put her in a pack of killers and dry. So then she's trying to act like them. So as she's maturing into herself, I start to see what a Kangal is. So now that she doesn't know, now that she knows that the pack ain't a threat or she don't got to compete with them, that bitch is the most chill fucking dog ever. Now, this is
with the family, my nigga.
Right, there it is. It's the pack. It's the pack. It's their genetics, right? She knows that.
And one more question. Not to cut. Are they independent dogs? Yes. Do they prefer to be with the family, or would they rather be alone, chilling under a tree, looking at everything else?
They can do they're once they know. This is what I've learned by my bitch Snow. She knows that those rah-rahs before she was trying to compete with them because that was
she was on that rah-rah tip.
Because that's what they was on. As she matured, she got comfortable into what she understands is that okay, I know you guys are part of the pack and I adapt to the pack. So you're not a threat. So now I don't have to be rah-rah. So now she's not rah-rah. Well, I had her nurse to AK. She was doing everything AK was doing because to her, that was her pack leader. That was what she was around. So AK jump and do all that crazy shit. She jump. AK bark. She bark. AK do all that stupid shit. She do it. So now I was like, okay. No. Anyway, she figures it out herself. She grows into herself. Now she chill, man. She's chill. Now watch this though. This is what I've learned. Yes, they're very independent. To answer your question. Okay. They don't need to be motivated by anything other than their job, which is to protect. Anything outside of what she know, she own it. That fucking Kangol got the fucking most vicious bark and the loudest bark you probably ever. It's like a lion roar, but a bark. That fucking bark of that Kangol is the loudest fucking meanest bark you've ever heard in your life. No cap. So loud, I had to put her down to the 4th tier because I had her up close.
This nigga got tear dogs. That's just where my lotion at? Where my lotion?
Put her down to the 4th.
This nigga got tear dogs. You feel me? Like, oh my.
I had to put her down there because
oh my, like, god damn.
The bark was so vicious. So to answer your question, very independent dog, very loving, good with the family, good with your dogs, good with your farm animals, just like how they was bred. They're sweet, loving dogs. But at the same time, anything outside of what they know, they want to kill it. That
I believe it.
Everything, man. Anything she hear, that bitch is crazy. And
like
what I love about that Kangol, and I'll close out with this about the Kangol. What I love about that Kangol too, y'all, is that bitch is fucking fast and that bitch is agile like a motherfucker. That's a big dog.
Great stamina, great stamina, great stamina.
Stamina. I'm sure they have to, being that they're herding dogs. I'm sure they have to have stamina.
Yes.
So I would say probably yes. I haven't tested her stamina, but when I say when that bitch get on the move and her fucking agility and her jumps and her shit, that bitch is quick.
And
they got that stride. They got that stride. At least she do. She got that stride like a greyhound and shit, man. That long, you know, that long stride and shit.
That gallop, that long ass, that strive and galloping like.
They take up a whole bunch of ground.
They front legs go all the way to the back. Like,
yes.
Like I know what you talking about, nigga. I ain't stupid. I know what you talking about. On that
we in the classroom. We got to break it down.
Man, shit, they flying.
Yeah, I know. No, I envision exactly what you talk about. Like, yeah, I know exactly what you talk about. I envision that shit.
So the Kangol, man, was definitely a good, a good grab for the program. I'm very satisfied with her. She's very, man, such a sweetheart, man. I love a dog that's a sweetheart killer, man. That tugs on my heart when the bitch is so sweet, but you know that bitch will fight you and fucking crunch you up. That bitch will fight you on and crunch your shit up like it ain't shit.
So that
what's the best litter you ever dropped? Crazy. The best litter you ever dropped.
Man.
One litter. One.
Oh. It's a tie between my first AK and Holy Spirit. Man, I can't even say that. I'm gonna say this. AK with Holy Spirit. That was one. That was my first XL Pitbull Draco. But anything with AK and Holy Spirit, that was probably. But I'm gonna say this. My fucking Red Tiger with Tigers, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Ones now.
Man,
the top 10.
I told you they're like part of my top 3, but I gotta let them develop. You feel me? All the other ones I seen develop. I got Blackhawk. That's AK.
How old are they?
That's
they're still young. They like 4 months. They still young. They still young.
Wow.
But what
you gotta,
you
gotta let them grow.
But when I say, you asked me a good question, which is a great question. What my top litter is, they definitely in my top 3. But what I see in them that I haven't really seen in any of my litters is that intensity, the intensity. Like if you understand what an intense dog is, like everything they do is fast twitch. It's like AK, he's an intense dog, right? Blackhawk, he's an intense dog. You rarely get a whole litter that's intense. And what I mean by that strictly is the fact that whatever they're drawn on, their fast twitch responses is faster than you. Let's say you got a ball and you want to like make them go get it and shit, and you throw it, they catch it, and as you throw it, they catch it out the fucking air. Right as you throw the shit, you throw it, they catch it out the air before you even get the length on that bitch. Like,
you gotta chuck it. You gotta get that tool called chuck it. Hey, that shit works tremendously, nigga.
You're not understanding what I'm saying, man.
To fucking bite your hand for the ball.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. Intense, where they're clocking you before you clock. Like
Yeah.
Malinois are like that too. You know what I'm saying? That they'll fucking predict what you do before you even do it. You see what I'm saying? Malinois are known for that. But these damn fucking Formula One bulldogs I produce with fucking red Tigress and Red Tiger. Oh my god, nigga.
For real?
On that level. Like just the performance on them is just so fucking like A1. All I need to pray for is that they breathe. If they can breathe, I won with this one, man. And they might go number one. They might go number one, man. I'm impressed at 4 months. I'm impressed.
For real?
And I've
Do
done,
they have a muzzle?
yes, they got a muzzle. Yeah, they got muzzle.
Oh
they
yeah,
got
motherfucking hell yeah! I think them motherfuckers could breathe. If they got a muzzle, you got a great chance.
Well, okay, I got they half brother Red Tiger Jr. Now I ain't put him to the test, but there's little things that I've done seen that he got a muzzle because I bred him.
There
with
you go. Be hard on yourself, nigga. Be your number one hater. So when you get the hate, that's light work. Like nigga, what? That's what you picked out.
I have to.
I've been hating on myself.
If I want to be Formula One, that's who I claim I am. I got my performance got to be that level. So I got to be my hardest critique when it comes to my testing of my dogs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But you know, it goes back to the hey, let's get back to the topic though, Bando, because we can cook all day about what you're talking about. But let's go back.
Don't get me started.
Now.
Yeah, let's get back to the topic, man. Hey, Duro, man. I mean, you know, please, man, I would love your feedback on this topic, brother. If you don't mind, Duro. I know you're on mute right now. Oh, Duro's still there?
I think he's there, but nobody home.
Oh man. Hey, but
nevertheless, man. Hey, because you know why I'm intrigued by not just what you're doing, man.
Oh, there you go.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Duro.
What you say, Coach?
No, it's like, you know, we would love to hear, you know, what you feel about the topic. You know what I mean? Like how you feel about the topic, Duro. You know what I'm saying? Bando gave his, you know what I mean, his 3 cents. Young Reddy gave his 3 cents. You know what I mean? What you got to say about it, brother?
I'm with Reddy to a certain extent, because I feel like when you just breed for profit, you can kind of go into that kennel blindness. You can lose focus on what you started to do because now it becomes about the money. It doesn't really stay about the dog when you just breed for profit. And then on the other hand, it's the same thing that he said. It's like, you know, I kind of want to breed for myself because I know my dog's going to be well taken care of. I know they're going to have everything they need. And I understand you can't keep every little single dog that you produce.
Right.
But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Making sure, you know, they go and land in the right hands, in the right places to the best of my ability. That's really what I strive to do. So like kind of like I don't want to say breeding for profit doesn't work because for some people it does. For some people it's like, you know, they don't care. Like I was talking on Dora Lounge yesterday, like it's about, it could be about color, it could be about dogs who really don't go together as far as height, phenotype, whatever. But if it's gonna give the color that everybody want, you know, a fool gonna breed it. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just for profit, because whether it's a trial, whether it's a Merle, you know what I'm saying? You want this 1,500 for these, you know, people gonna buy it for 1,500, especially the working man price, right? Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Then it comes down to that. So for me, I think you're gonna have the longevity breeding for yourself, more so trying to do it for profit, because it's gonna be times where you can't sell a dog. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a time that
I thought it was just me.
It's gonna be a time where your bitch can't. She didn't take on that breeding. So you know what I'm saying? Things is gonna happen when you're trying to do it for profit, but you know what I'm saying? And then you just, you know, you lose sight of what you really, really was trying to obtain from the beginning. That's just what I think, though.
Facts.
Yeah, facts.
All facts, man. Bando, what was you gonna say before Duro Cook?
I'm intrigued with these lifestyle guardians, man. Like I know the Kangos, but I know they may not look like nothing, and they may look a little soft, out of the, everything that I get don't mean that I'm a mix it. You know what I mean? It's just not like that. But I like the Great Pyrenees.
Yeah.
They're very independent. I don't give a fuck if it's your bulldogs, whatever. They know how to maneuver around it, but they know how to consider that it's part of the pack. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And they're very, they're good. They're great livestock guardians, and they're adorable. They're rugged with the weather. It could be cold, hot. That fur, that hair, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it does the body good. And it's like, when you get, you can have dogs, man, and have dogs, but when you get dogs and you really dissect this shit, man, and it's like I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. But if you got skills, man, you go ahead and get your paint on. Everybody could paint something on the wall, but can somebody make a masterpiece out of that shit? And it's like,
word.
I don't know, man. Like I like dealing with, like, man, even when, like, this nigga will tell you years ago, man, I'm talking about Coach. He'll tell you years ago, man, like, I didn't hesitate to give his nigga his props. Like, god damn, fool. Like, I didn't even know the man. It's just, I got a sense of, like, energy. I felt rejuvenated when I was like, damn, this was just, like, this nigga just got everything what a nigga, like, dream of having, as coming with the dog shit. I know, with the dog shit come problems, but just the way his whole setup is, like, god damn, I love it. You know what I mean? So it's like, I ain't never a nigga to hate, but I'll be your best competitor. I tell you that much.
No, Bando, what you saying is 1,000, because that's what I teach in my classroom. For us as dog men and dog women, it's friendly competition, right?
But you're gonna respect that competition because you respect the dogs.
Correct. And we, as people who are trying to elevate in the dog game, we're, as a collective dog brain, we supposed to push each other. If I'm the only one pushing and y'all following, then how we gonna elevate? That's not how I like it. I like it to where, Duro, you got something to bring to the fucking supercomputer. Bando, you got something to bring. Young Ready, chat, y'all got something to bring. And we all have a collective mind to push the dogs even further, because my thought process of course, is my only thought process, mine. But like I said, Duro, you talking about some mathematical equations with these dogs, and I'm like, damn, shit, I didn't think about it like that. Bando, you too, damn. Or like, one thing that I love about Young Ready, right? Young Ready be like, yo, Coach, there's this type of dog, about this type of bulldog. So he is so in his studies that he bringing up dogs I ain't even never heard of to my attention. Then he's showing me. Now that's giving me ideas. You know what I mean? So that's why, like you said, Bando, friendly competition is how we elevate. It's like, it's a team, right? If we not pushing each other,
always a team,
then we never going to get to the championship. And then let's say once we get to the championship, we get the chip. We know the motherfuckers is going to be studying how we got to the championship. So we got to push ourselves further than where we were when we won the championship. We can't be the same niggas that won the championship last year. Like, real shit.
Back to what I was talking about. Everybody want to shine. Nobody don't want to get dirty, nigga.
Right.
Yeah, I want to get dirty. You know what I mean? My cologne is kush and dog shit.
You absolutely right, though, because a lot of people don't understand the hard work, the blood, sweat.
Why you think niggas is paying $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 for a fucking dog?
Damn, nigga, you just gonna cut me off?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, nigga.
I'm saying you absolutely right, because a lot of people don't understand the blood, sweat, and tears that it take, from the start, You know what I'm saying? They just want to come on, and whether it's breed dogs or whether it's YouTube or whatever, they just think you gonna shine, and it don't work like that. Like you got to put
Mm-mm.
the work in. You got to put your foot on the ground, use that elbow grease, and you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know when it's like, you know when it's, I could tell when it's real and when it's fake. And I watch these people, right? And I salute everybody that feed raw. But then I see these fools, they got every last bowl. And they got like 15 fucking bowls, all with their names on it. I'm like, man, that's bullshit.
Bullshit.
You know what I mean? That's bullshit. You got me fucked. I'll throw that shit right over the kennel. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Real, you know, it's just, you gotta be a realist. You know what I mean? You gotta be a realist. And everybody doesn't like, one thing about me, when I lost dogs on my bad, like my fault, I post that shit, my nigga. I post my downfalls because you know why? Everything ain't all gravy.
Facts.
I'm transparent. I lost dogs back to back summers, nigga, over heat exhaustion. You know that? My main stud dog, I took a tremendous loss. And one, it was not my fault. The second time, it was my fault. Carelessness. But I lost dogs. I post that shit. You know what I mean? Because it's not all about all highs. And if I like, nigga, I know the struggle, my boy. You know what I mean? I know the struggle when it comes to these dogs. And you just gotta be transparent with your shit. Everything ain't all, you know, ain't all plots and all that shit. It's hard, nigga.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, especially man, it's hard, nigga. For me, it is, but the love that I get, it keeps me going.
Right.
You just gotta keep going, man.
The passion runs deep. Niggas fall off this internet all day long. But like, if it's a passion, it's a passion. It's gonna stick with you. You know, nigga may fall off like a month, but nigga gonna bounce back. It's just, you know, day-to-day struggles.
Day-to-day struggles, man.
Whatever dogs that I did though get rid of from the program, from this shit, I just put all that money back into my program. Get a better setup, feed better dog food from that money.
Yeah.
Shit.
How many dogs do you have, G?
I only got 2 right now. I'm in an apartment.
Oh, you lucky? You so lucky? You only got 2. That's great.
I just got a big ass puppy, man.
That's
Tiny
love.
torso. That shit is almost like 130 pounds, bro. And it's like 8 months old.
Yeah, you got a beast over there.
Cause he getting that love though. You know what I mean? He getting that good feed.
Like this. At 6 months, he was already like this, bro.
They got a Corso that's fucking huge.
Yeah.
Where you get him from?
He's exceptional. From this guy in New Jersey, but my bully had passed. Like,
oh man, that's
crazy ass reason. Like, I was playing with her and she had puked the water up. You know, like sometimes dogs puke and shit. So I was like, all right, fuck that. I was like, all right, fuck that shit. And I put her in the cage and shit. And like, if she gonna puke, she could just do that shit in there, whatever. And I came back in my room, got on YouTube, talking to my cousin and shit. They wanted to play the game and shit. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna make some coffee. And I went back out into the living room, and the dog was dead.
Wow.
There was no
That's
noise.
crazy as shit.
There was no noise, no struggle, nothing. She was just laid down in the cage like normal. Her head was tilted over, and her tongue was out a little bit, like how bullies do. How bullies be sleep.
How all dogs do when they die.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This, homie. Like, oh shit. And then I took her to the fucking vet and shit. Yeah. And there was this guy, and he heard my story and shit, and he was like, yo, I give you this fucking one of my puppies and shit. Da, 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 da. He just gave me that nigga for free and shit. He came to my crib, dropped him off, all that shit.
Hey, my nigga,
Like,
that's
oh
love.
shit!
This is love.
When he came out
That-
the fucking car, holy shit!
That nigga wasn't sad no more, huh?
Holy shit, a miracle. That's what I call him. He a miracle.
That's
he
love.
got a freak
Shit.
over there. He got a freak over there for sure.
And then
Hey,
I
but tell
got
me
a
this,
little
though.
Frenchie and shit. And that
Oh,
bitch
that's
is
love.
a fucking bulldog for real.
Yeah,
That's love.
She get
Hey,
two.
but is it me? But after you lose your first dog, that shit hurt the most. But after that, it don't hurt as much.
Nah, I've been losing dogs, man.
yeah.
No, but it ain't nothing like losing your first dog, though.
Oh hell no! I still remember my boy.
That's
man.
true, Bando.
That's facts. I still get sad for my boy Bando.
Yeah, that's the truth. You know, when you especially when you're dealing with any type of livestock, you know, you're going to deal with life and you're going to deal with death, and then you experience death so much, even though you have a strong emotion for those animals because you know what the joy is and what the pain is, and you've experienced a lot of both. You have to accept them evenly. So, like you said, it's just a lot easier, even though it still hurts. It's you know,
it's just not that hurting like deep, like
right. You're able to recover quicker than,
yeah,
than before. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's true. That is very true. That only comes with experience of losing livestock, a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, your first, your only dog, your first 2 dogs, 3 dogs. Yeah, maybe you're gonna cry a river for a couple weeks or a couple months, but you know, you done have multiple dogs and done took multiple L's. You know, you got to understand that's the balance beam. It all plays. So yeah.
Hey, coach. Hey, real shit. Like, if you had a free choice of any choice, what dog would you get? What kind of dog would you get? Not what dog you would get. What kind of dog would you get if you could get it tomorrow? Like, here you go.
I might go over to China and get me a Tibetan Mastiff.
Fire.
Hey, have you ever heard of those Chinese wolf killers or wolf shepherds?
Yeah.
You know about them, no man?
Hell yeah.
I
showed you, coach, that tried to bite the handler.
Yeah,
that shit.
It's a Chinese green wolfhound. That's what it's called. It's like a big ass shepherd, but it's a mastiff shepherd.
Yeah.
It's a Chinese green wolfhound.
Wow.
Check them out.
Wow. So focus.
What's up with y'all, man?
Well, that's good, man. But you gonna cook on this one or what, man? You know what I mean? You better get up in here while
man. You know I had to tap in. I ain't been here for a minute, so I had to tap in for sure.
Man, go ahead and cook. You feel me?
Man, so based off what y'all what the topic of discussion is of the live today, I believe that if you're really serious with these dogs, you know, somebody should be breeding for themselves before they can breed for profit. And I feel like that's how it's going to be when it comes to most any business. Like, you're going to be trying your hardest to, you know, get your business right, and get your platform together before you could actually demand these big bucks. So what I mean is it has to be a demand. It has to be a demand for your supply. So until I create that demand, I can't really charge I can't really charge what I want to, I can't really get the profit I would like off of it. Even though I already got, 20, 30,000 into these dogs, I'm not gonna be able to get that back for the next 3 years, you know what I'm saying, until I could, get the breedings on the ground, get my name out there, things like that. So I feel like a breeder, if you doing this shit for the long run, you're not like, oh, it's it's a hobby, hobbyist. Like, you're not just in it just to see what you could create. If you're in there for the long run, like, you like, all right, I got my mind set, I'm about to be in this game for shit, might be for the rest of my life, might be until I get too old to be hold a leash, you know what I'm saying? Once you end it like that, then you have to be for yourself before you could even think about the profit, because how you gonna get to the profit if nobody wants your dogs?
That's
If don't nobody know your dogs, don't nobody know your program, don't nobody know what you got, how are you gonna get
Hey,
profit? You're gonna always be selling them dogs for the cheap, for the low, because you
oh,
can't sell them because then nobody want them. Like, hey, take this motherfucker off me 500, take this motherfucker 600, and until you get that demand to where you got a waiting list, you got people who's already got deposits on next litters and shit like that. You're not gonna make a profit because you don't got the demand for it. You don't got the specific
that.
demand for your product. You know what I mean? So and it's the same thing with any other business. Like if I'm out here selling T-shirts, I got a clothing brand, right? So if I'm out here selling clothes and don't nobody know what my brand is, don't nobody know what I'm promoting, how
You
am
know,
I gonna charge $35-$40 for this T-shirt? I'm not. They gonna be bitching when I ask for 15, 20. They're like, what? I don't even know what this is, And even if they do fuck with it, if they do like it, because I could have the best blood. I don't know whoever does know who I am and the stuff, I got a pretty smooth little program going on right now. I'm just now starting up. I've been in the game for 2 years. I've already invested 30K into my dogs in the past 2 years. And that's just blood. That's just me getting the pieces to the puzzle. You know what I'm saying? So
What type of dog
off
you
my
got,
first
G?
litter, what'd you say?
What type of dog you got? Not to cut you off.
I got bullies, I got bullies mostly, and then I got American Pit Bull Terrier, and then
Oh, that's
that's
love.
basically what I got right now. But
That's love.
I
Do
dropped money
your
on
shit.
Boreable. I done dropped some money on the Boreable before that. Been waiting for a good year now. Um, but that didn't play
How
through.
old are
But
you? How old are you, G?
I'm 22.
Damn.
That's love.
Yeah,
see,
No,
I'm
young
the
blood.
22.
I
future.
know he
Young
young. Oh, he early
whippersnapper.
bird.
See,
Yeah,
this is the future, man.
that
Yes,
nigga's a
sir. So
freshman coming out the game, fucking Hall of Fame type shit.
yes, sir. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
fuck these
So
burnouts. Fuck these burnouts. I'm trying to get a turn down. You know what I
exactly. So
mean? Yeah.
So I feel like when you
Yeah.
really invested
Hope
money into your
got them,
program,
huh?
and you not BSing with this shit, you not nickel and diamond, and you like, nigga, I want this, I got the bread for this, so I'm about to make the bread for this, and I'm finna put into this, I'm about to put my all into it. I'm not 1 foot in, 1 foot out, I'm jumping head first into this shit because you determined, right? You got the determination. That shit, that fire could always die down. It don't, a lot of people can't get that fire to, just keep on going. Can't provide the oxygen because the burnout. They expect too quick,
They,
right?
Right.
turn out
And
they
that's why a
burn.
lot of business owners. That's why you see most businesses. I don't know. You could check the stats, but based off the last time I was researching this stuff, though, most businesses fail within the first 2 years or the first
Yep.
year, and the
Facts.
reason is because they expect too much from it. They expect too much. When you see people starting YouTubes, when you see people starting channels, they expect too much. A lot of people expect too much because they have unrealistic expectations. They're not
Teach.
understanding the process that goes into it and the journey that goes into it. There's a lot of people I heard that's been breeding for 10 plus years and they still ain't got nowhere.
Still ain't
They
get
ain't got
shit.
nowhere. They still can't get puppies. Who am I to say, oh, this dude bred for 10 years, he still can't get a dog off for 4K? How the fuck I'm gonna come in a year into the game with top tier blood thinking I'm gonna get my dogs off for 4 or 5K? I'm not.
Teach.
I'm not. I can't possibly get my dog up for 4K. Why? I'm not even known. These niggas
No,
don't know who I am. They don't know who my blood. And really, when it comes to this dog game, of course it's the dogs, it's the blood, right? But anybody who's selling dogs for these prices and getting a profit, they selling it off of their name. It's almost like Nike. Nike is the same fucking material as a Skechers. Which one, you know what I'm
Motherfuckers
saying? Jordan is
smart.
retro Jordan. You paying 300 for that motherfucker, right? I wear a size 12. It's
Me too.
the more bigger your foot is, the more price it goes up, right? So if I wear a 13 in this retro and that bitch cost me $320, you feel me? It's got the same material as a Skechers, but why is the name? It's a name, it's a brand,
The
So we're
brand.
selling our brand,
right.
right? So until you
Yep.
could establish your brand, which is putting in the work, which is what in this situation it equates to, it equals breeding for yourself. Then until you establish that brand, then you could never ever get a profit off this dog shit. And I've realized that within the first 2 years off my one litter that I've dropped. I've seen a lot of litters dropped in my life, right? In person, but the one litter I dropped, and I was, I thought I had me a little, little motion, whatever the case may be. I already knew I didn't, but off the, just because I know I got blood, I got blood, and I know how people was trying to bullshit me. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's the
niggas
way.
want
Yep.
$100
Yeah,
dogs out here, man.
Yep.
Niggas want dogs for $100 out here.
well, that's the
Yep.
problem. That's
You
the
ain't finna
problem.
find no niggas that's willing to just happily drop a K, even a K. That's little. That's nothing. I don't.
Yeah.
That's not shit. Even niggas ain't happily dropping a K on a dog nowadays because it's just how life is. Everything's expensive. Everybody wants everything for free and shit. They want a discount.
And
Everybody
you're
want to,
black.
pull your tail.
Ah,
Yeah,
and
so
you're black. Oh,
exactly. You know what I'm saying? So and then so it just
You
Niggas
know
I
what I'm
ain't
feel
saying?
got
like
It's
it
your
though, bro.
skin.
Let's just be honest.
I feel
Niggas
like
ain't got it.
overall,
not you, Duro.
it comes down to branding, marketing, and that's why a lot of people that you see that came from a different business already, those people be the successful ones as well.
True.
People who already came from a different business that included marketing, branding, networking, things of that nature. They're going to be the ones who are they're ahead of the game in some way because they already know the fight it takes. Like, okay, I
They
might
did
go
the
out and
work.
try to sell. Like I was bringing up the analogy of shirts. I just dropped. Say I just dropped 2 bands on a shipment. Boom. I only got, say I got 400 shirts out of that 2 bands. Now I gotta go. I gotta sell these hoes, and if I can sell them all, I'm gonna get some profit. But so let's say like, oh shit, my bad. I'm smoking. I forgot my
Yeah,
point
no, that's all good. You
specifically.
cooking, boy.
I forgot my point right there. I'm smoking this
Fuck
time
it.
over here.
Don't worry about it. You cooking.
So I was saying fuck, what was I saying? Fuck it, I'll get past that. Basically, what I'm saying though is you can't get no profit off of no business, especially dogs and live animals. Any animal, anything like that. Especially when it comes to us cooking up our own thing, you ain't gonna get no profit until you build the brand. So with that being said, for the next 3 to 5 years, me breeding for myself specifically, I don't care how much these puppies go for, as long as they go to good homes that could give me a good testimony on the dog, and it's gonna show the dog in a way in a good light, right? So if you selling your dogs to people who don't give a fuck what happens to it, you know what I'm saying? You selling your dogs to people who, on top of you selling at a low price, right? Because we ain't got the name to sell it for a good price. So, we selling for a low price, right? And if you sell it to a person who just so happens to be a bad owner or whatever, now you made
Now it's
two
a
L's. Now it's
liability.
now it's 2 L's that you just took because
Right.
now, you know, now your dog is in somebody's hands who's not.
Sold them a liability,
Right.
basically.
You
Oh
went
shit,
out. You
you went
went
out.
out.
Yeah, you went mute. We can't hear you for
Oh,
some
he
reason.
gone.
My bad. My shorty was calling me. So now you can't sell, you can't get them testimonies of your dogs, your productions, the things that people need to see to want your shit, right? To get that demand, you need to show dogs, right? So that's why I kept 5 off my first litter. Feel me?
Right.
Out of the
Right.
11 I got 6 off. I said, you know what, the rest is good. I can't, these are too good. They don't want to pay the price. I'm gonna keep these hoes. Boom,
Smart.
kept them just so I could show people, and then
Right.
eventually, once people see them and once people like them, now I could sell them. Now I could sell them, and even if I did sell them for a lower price, now I still got people to see what I did with that cook up, see the purpose of it, see what it brought to the table.
See how
You
they
know what
do.
I'm saying?
Yep.
Um,
And that's all you
and
really
then
need most of the
and
time.
and exactly that's what matters.
All
I
you
want
need.
people to see what I'm doing with these dogs and who I'm campaigning and who I will be campaigning until he dies is fucking Hercules. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy right there. That's the face of the program of Functional Focus Kennels. That's my kennel. That's my program. Functional Focus Kennels. That's the face because he brings he's almost everything to the table. All I need is the little pieces to improve him and, you know what I'm saying, make things better on his blood because he got it all right. So when me campaigning him, I have to show people what he could do. What can he bring to the table? Just like Coach got fucking 7 litters off AK and he's only 4 or 5. You know what I'm
He's fine.
saying?
Yeah, he's fine.
5 years old, 5 years old,
Young.
7 fucking litters. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't get to 7 litters until till they dog is damn near, 9, 10, because they don't. First of all, they ain't got the blood, they ain't got the, type of dogs that Coach got. They ain't got the as many dogs as Coach got, or the yard, or the space, or the money, right? But outside of that, they ain't got that vision. They think that it's all just, oh, I got this blood, and now niggas should want this because I got a stud, and now I could, sell stud fees for 3K and off of an unproven dog. And it's not that easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, and then so I feel like ultimately to cut it short, the program matters before your profit, and then you can finally start to throw the profit into the mix because no matter what, you're gonna be breeding for the program to always better it. You're never gonna ever specifically breed for profit unless you're doing a repeat breeding that somebody's already put money down on and you don't need nothing off. You know what I'm saying? Until you do that, you're never gonna be truly breeding for profit. And if you are, is that breeding, half the time people who are breeding truly for profit, the dogs don't come out, as good as somebody who's breeding this shit for a purpose, as in, you know, their own program, right? Because
Right.
somebody breeding for their own program, they always gonna pick the best puppy, right? You ain't never gonna see somebody, you know, unless some, you know, some sort of case scenario comes up. Just, you know, obviously sometimes where, you know, a best litter, boom, that litter that they bred, they ain't gonna give their best dog out of that. Why? Because they gonna keep it to better their blood, to continue
That's
their,
the
you know,
program.
exactly. So like that's, you know, that's just to cut it short. The program come before the profit. Just because without the program, there's no profit. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't continue to get profit if you ain't got no program to, you know, to build off of, or like, you know, to. So that's what I had to say in the cook up and you know, tonight.
Need a foundation word.
Yeah, no, you said it. You said a mouthful, but at the same time, you know, we got it. You know what I'm saying? Like we understand it. Everything you said makes 1,000% sense. And yeah, I agree with you on that. You know, I mean, I'm sure all of
I
us on
do
the
too.
call
Yeah.
respect what you got
Yep.
to say when it
Yeah.
comes to that. You know, so man, hey, thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
thank you for So look, this is a young man.
Yep.
Word.
Hey, how old are you again? You say 22, 21?
Yeah, I'm about to be 22 on the 19th, so I'm not
Okay,
even
so
22 yet. Shit.
this is a young dog man who is able to pursue his vision at a young. I was able to pursue my visions till I was in my 30s, nigga. So
Mm-hmm.
for you to be 21 going on 22 to pursue your vision, you're way ahead of the class.
Hell yeah.
And like I've always told y'all, make sure y'all take your notes. And I know you've always been
Take them
taking.
notes.
That's why I respect you.
That's
I
the whole point
respect
of all this. Is the note taking.
Yep.
so
If
I
you
respect
listening to this and letting it go in one ear and out the other, is no reason to be listening. You might as well go
Nope.
and spend your time elsewhere. Because me personally, any dog man like Coach, somebody who really genuinely, you know, has care for the people he speaks to, right? It's like a lot of dog men out here that's just fake. It's a lot of fake niggas out here, right?
That
And
gatekeeper.
so
Yeah.
the people that you speak to, you could feel you know, whether or not they genuine with their words, right? So Coach, I say that since the first time he texted me back, and all I was doing was just showing props. I'm pretty sure I was just saying something, you know, oh, that's a nice boom boom. First time he texted me, I could tell, you know what I'm saying, this is more genuine, you know. So what I'm saying that for is because what he's saying, you know, things that he say I could really apply to my real life situations. And I'll be saying it to, you know, I got me a little kennel partners and stuff, and we be chopping it up, and I'm like, bro, you remember how Coach said this, play back, boom, boom, you know what I'm saying? And it all be correlating. So like you could definitely pick a lot out of these. You know, I done watched almost every one of these little streams. You know what I'm saying? And it's because no matter what, even if you disagree with things, it's because there's not everything that Coach said I agree with, but that's just anybody, right?
Yep.
But
Right.
I can still take things out of the things I disagree on because this is another person's point of view who's actually in the field. Like, you know, I've been to Coach Yard. There's not many people I don't think that's been to Coach Yard. I don't know. But that's a yard to be, you know, inspired by and look at and be like, okay, this is somebody who's really, like he said, he's in the field with it. You know what I'm saying? He's really active out here and he, you know, he doing this shit with these dogs. So it's, you know, like he was saying, take them notes. That's the point.
Facts.
I
That's the
mean
point for me
that's
at least.
but see, one of the things that I respect about you is the fact that you're a young man, and all of us were young men, right? All of us were young men at one point, and we were piss and vinegar, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by piss and vinegar, everybody take a piss, but when you're younger, you got high level of testosterone that don't understand what that testosterone is for.
Young,
Right.
dumb, and full of cum.
Goals. Right. So
Yep.
that's why I say piss and vinegar. That vinegar is strong, right? So you being a young man, you have your vision, you have no experience. So when you piss, it's so strong, it's like a young rattlesnake. This is what I learned by being out here in the fucking wilderness. And one of my
Yeah.
dogs got bit by a fucking adolescent teenager rattlesnake, damn near killed my dog. And then the vet was telling me, like, oh, what kind of rattlesnake bit me? What was the size that bit your dog or whatever, right? Oh, it was this size. Oh, that was no wonder your dog damn near died and shit. Because the adolescent don't know how to control this fucking venom, right?
Facts.
OG, because he's experienced, he know how to hit you with just enough venom to get you where he want to get you. Let's say he don't want to kill you, but he want to fucking get you out the fucking way. He just fucking hit you with just a little bit of that shit. Where the young motherfucker, he just hit you with the full busted nut, like you just said, Duro.
Facts.
Young and full of cum, right? He hit you with the full
Yep.
bit, full load out on your ass and shit. You like, damn, what the fuck? So same thing with what you talking about. I don't ever want to, and Duro know I tell him this shit too. Like, Because me and Duro talk, right? I said, Duro, I don't want to ever deter a young dog man or any dog man from his vision. Whether I have an opinion or not, I don't want to ever deter you from your vision because nobody could take me off my vision when I was that young.
Nobody.
Right.
So I don't want to be that type of, let's say, OG, if you want to call me that. Now, watch this. I lead by example. So when you go to my classroom, is what I'm doing. You can choose to be wise at a young age and be like, yo, this nigga is doing what I wish I was able to do. Mm-hmm. So what he's saying has some validity, even though I don't comprehend it. Because you're not supposed to comprehend it at 21, 22 years old. You don't have the experience to comprehend it. I wouldn't comprehend it at your age. But check this out. The reason why I've gotten ahead in my life over time is because I had younger uncles. I had father, I had two dads to look up to, even though one of my dads was in prison. But anyway, I've had a lot of men to look up to. I had a lot of men in my life. And because of their experience, I was humbled enough to listen, even though I didn't have no comprehension to agree or disagree.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you ain't me, or Pops, you ain't me, or you don't know what you're talking about. I just knew that they was older than me, so I always gave them the benefit of the doubt. By me doing that and applying what somebody older was telling me, I was ahead of my peers.
Absolutely.
Understand how that works?
Yeah.
Now, with you, young man, functional focused kiddos, you, like you said, you're in the classroom, you might not agree with this, what it is. You don't comprehend it. Of course, you're not going to. I don't expect you to agree with it because you're not in the field and had the experience. So I'm not expecting you to do that. But you at least know that, but you're taking your notes and you're applying it. So then when you make a mistake or you make a victory, you can go back to your notes like, yeah, coach said that was going to happen.
Exactly, yeah.
So then, shit. Okay, I didn't agree with it now, but now, so then that will make you more in tune to follow motherfuckers who got the stats versus follow your visions and dreams and hopes that you're going to do it when in reality ain't nothing new under the sun, nigga. I didn't do it like that. You ain't going to do it like that, right? Nobody's going to get to the level that they're trying to get to in this dog game without the work, without the time.
Without the work.
Without the fucking investing in quality genetics, without the experimentation, without the collective brain of all of us as the super dog man computer, you're never going to get to the level without that. You can try it all you want because a lot of us have. Some of us are wise at our young age. I was one of them.
Me too.
I was afraid of failure, even though we all failed, right? I was afraid of failure. So what I would do, I was attaching myself to people who are successful. Mm-hmm. And then I would follow them. And then when I would fail, guess who I would go to? I would go to my advisor and they'd be like, look, young buck, this is what you did. And then I would correct it. And then guess what? I'll be back home. Straight up. Yep. So what I'm saying to you, functional focus, salute, brother. Like what you spoke is 1000% correct. That's coming from a young dog man who has a real program, who has multiple dogs, who's invested 30,000 plus in this program, and it don't stop there, which we already know. Who understands through his own campaign of his own dogs, because he's campaigning. I'm very proud of you. You know, the coach is watching everybody. I keep telling y'all that shit, but I'm watching everybody. Okay, because I love y'all and I want to see y'all win. But at the same time, I want to see if y'all are learning in the classroom too. And I can tell that you learning, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I can tell that you learning.
You know it.
And everything that you talked about with your program, with the dealing with the consumers, with your, the sales, expecting what you want to expect out of your profit. All of us deal with that. So
yeah,
you're just going through the process that I go through, that every dog man who might even be successful has gone through and is still going through. You feel me? So
yeah, for sure.
I want to tell you, stay encouraged. Of course, I'll be seeing you shortly.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about what you got going on with your boy. Your boy who's your focus. Was it Hercules?
Yes, sir. You know it.
You getting some of my most fucking top tier fucking high drive, maximum prey drive DNA in there. You're getting AK DNA and my fucking top tier high drive, prey drive, pit bull DNA in your shit. So you
Yeah.
go. Hey, can you do this before I get into my, me elaborating on there? Can you give a testimony of what that bitch Fire and another one of your dogs did? I just want to see. This is the thing. This is why I'm scrapping my pit bull program. Okay, and also scrapping my double XL pit bull program. And there's another reason, but that's to my other brothers who know the other reason, right? That came later on.
Right.
But
You talking about?
you know what I'm talking about? What felony? What you came home?
A
Okay.
felony, yeah.
But hold on. But I want you to tell how sweet and how like the temperament, that the on off switch I got on my dogs. But then tell them what you came across. What happened?
Right, yeah. So he's talking about felony. Her former name was Fire. That's what he named her. I renamed her Felony. He let me. He blessed me with her. She an AK times Africa daughter.
Mm.
And she pregnant right now. She about to be dropping in like a week. But her, she is a dog. So she's a dog, right? She's a dog. She definitely came from a different environment, right? So it took her a lot of it took her some time to get used to how I run things. It's obviously a whole different program, a whole different type of environment over here, and all that type of stuff too. A lot less space than what she was used to too. Um, she's been adjusting and stuff, but as she's been adjusting, I like my dogs. I got 10 plus dogs, right? So like, I need control over my dogs with me not having, 6.5, 7 acres, 7.5 acres like coach do, right? I need control. I need more, like control. Like I really have a strong, hand over my dogs,
Yeah.
and not that way, just in a way like they respect
They
what
respect
got
them. Yeah.
what's going on over here, because I can't have you wilding out. I can't have y'all doing, I can't have y'all fighting each other. I can't have y'all, I can't have that. I can't have that. Animal control gonna come around and it's gonna be over with, right? So it's like, damn. So I keep a good, hold on all my dogs. They all, they got their designated areas, they chain spots, they kennels, right? All that. But Felony, since she came from that kennel life, and I kind of wanted to give her a little bit more of a taste of freedom, right? So I kind of kept her a little bit more with me. All right, I'll let you come in the house. I'll let you do this. I'll let you do more so what she wants. She's the oldest dog I got on the yard. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to get her used to me. I needed to build that bond, right? So I kind of just let her do what she want. She showed me some fire when it comes to older females. So I'm like, okay, I need to keep her away from those females. But when it comes to smaller dogs, she was cool. You know what I'm saying? She was okay to here and there, like she'll be okay. And sometimes she'll turn up, but she would never do nothing crazy. Like she was okay. She treated them like a puppy, like she was a good dog, and she treated them like a puppy, like she understood, like this ain't a dog that's gonna give me no trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this one day, I got this top tier pocket bitch, a golden child granddaughter. I don't know if y'all know anybody into
Yeah, I know
bullies or
a
nothing.
golden child.
Top tier pocket bitch, man. I'm talking about top tier, man. That bitch was a dog, and she was a little feisty little bitch. But Felony and her were the first two dogs that I introduced. First off, I first introduced her into Hercules, but then she tried to bite at Hercules, and then Hercules was trying to bite her. So I had to take some more time with them, and then I introduced her to my pocket, my little dog, right? So anyways, she was like cool with her. She was really cool with her, right? She was real good, whatever. Anyways, one day, man, I go on my walk, man. I take all my dogs on walks like almost daily. And I go on my walk, I come back, man. I went on a like 15-minute mile, right? With one of the dogs, right? And we was just walking. Anyways, I come back, man, and that bitch Felony, it was her and one of my older dogs, Layla, which they usually be kind of trying to get into it, but this time they end up directing they anger, whatever it might be, into my pocket, and that bitch she ended up getting chewed up, right? So
Mm.
that was a kennel accident, right? The first, and so Felony was shown. She showed, she got that intent. She got that intent. She definitely got it in her. She was already showing it before, but it wasn't to that level. Like, it wasn't never to like, oh, I want to kill this dog. It was more like I want to assert dominance on this dog and let this dog know I'm the big dog around this motherfucker. But this time, I come back from a 15-minute walk. My bitch is on the side. Like I heard it earlier. Somebody said tongue out. All that. And she was all starting to get stiffed up on me. And yeah, man. So
So
went
she
back
killed him.
there and
Killed him.
felony chewed her ass up. She was all
man.
chewed up. She
So
was all
okay,
chewed up.
so the reason why I wanted you to share that functional focus, and like I said, that's not to glorify anything as far as your loss. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
But you already know I told you what sauce I already had, so you already knew what you got when you got it. So that's
Yeah.
fun.
She got some intent in her though, for sure.
That's so you already knew there was a disclaimer when he got the bitch.
Yeah.
So
Different
this
type
goes
of
back
dog,
to what
right?
I was. This goes back to what I was telling y'all when I was about to lose Draco, right? And God told me at the end of the day, gave me like a flip side of my coin, right? The negative, and he showed me the positive. It's like, why are you breeding dogs with these maximum prey drive when people can't even, like, they would never even use it? And then not only that, why would you breed a dog like that when people who can't handle it is going to be a liability? So remember when I did my AR-15 band dog and I told you about Red Rum? Remember I told y'all about that nigga, that first Red Rum? I told y'all a long time ago about him, right? And then my brother who bought him, at 6 months old, he was, texting me like, Coach, this nigga Rum is soft. Like, all the dogs is trying to check. He's in the corner and shit. And I'm like, I had to tell him, like, brother, like, I put the on-off switch in my dogs. What I mean by the on-off switch is I want the dogs to be thinking dogs. Don't be a fucking crash dummy. I don't breed dumbass fucking dogs. So if that nigga is knowing in his mind, like, yo, I'm 6 months old, there's 3, 4, 5-year-old fucking masculine big bald males over there bullying me, I'm gonna stay my bitch ass in the corner because I ain't ready to attack them, right? So then as that dog got mature and he started to learn his environment, you know how it is with the lion community, right? So you got the big male, and then the older male knows when my sons get of age, you're gonna be trying to challenge me. So I gotta push y'all young niggas out before y'all get big enough to cut me out the game. Well, my brother who got my boy Red Rum, that's part of his pack. I told him, I was like, look, I told you don't turn my dogs on until they're about a year, nigga. I said, do not turn my dogs on because I breed them with the drive. The genetics says drive. That's what the genetics say. Also, they got brains where it's like, okay, if you want me to love you, show me love. I can learn. So, long story short, like I told y'all in the past, bro, that fucking boy Rum killed all this shit. Killed his game dog, killed his Malinois, fucking booted his damn near killed his fucking Rottweiler. That dog is the king of the hill.
Fucking puppy.
That dog is the king of the hill.
Dang.
You know why? And he's so sweet with his kids. Oh, his little young daughters ride it like a horse and fucking walk it. And he's so sweet with everybody and human beings. But that motherfucker got maximum prey drive, just like I grew him up in my lab. So my young brother just learned. Now I've done learned this about my dogs. That's why I can speak like this. Because I know my dogs. I've done had kennel accidents. I done had puppies get killed by other puppies. Okay, like this ain't nothing new to me as a dog man. But see, what functional focus has learned is like, okay, he's been following Coach for a while. He got blessed with some good DNA. He got in his yard. I know, hey, she's sweet with you. She's sweet, she can be sweet, right?
Oh yeah. She a good dog when it comes to people and all that. She's real sweet. She don't like outside people, which is good. But she's definitely a cool dog, especially my girl. Like, when my girl, she shows that sweet side. I'm more of a stern, handler. So all the dogs.
She ain't gonna ever test you. You know in your heart that dog ain't gonna test you. That's my point.
Yeah.
She knows where to direct her drive. But see, the drive that I put in them is what you found out. You can't be fucking nonchalant with a dog that got a switch that says, if I'm not happy with you, I'm gonna kill you.
I'm gonna put you down.
I'm just gonna fucking raw you up. No, that bitch is gonna kill you, and that's it. And that's what I put in these type dogs. And so for me, I had to assess to myself, Like, yo, I gotta change my whole program because there's nobody who's gonna use my dog unless you're doing, you know, like I said, hog catching and shit like that, or you doing hunting with my dogs. Why am I putting that type of drive in dogs that consumers are gonna buy? That shit don't make no fucking sense.
Nope. No sense.
For me,
Yeah.
you know, who knows how to cook dogs up like this, who do take notes and who do study and who do go to other people's games and take notes. Like everything I tell y'all to do, I do. I'm not just saying this shit because it sounds good. Oh, y'all need to take notes. Y'all need to apply. No, I've been taking notes since I've been interested in dogs.
Right.
I've been watching people's playbooks, watching people's games, studying people's games, applying shit that I've learned from watching and listening and writing. And like, okay, well, this OG seems like he knows, or this person seems like she knows, or whoever knows what they're talking about. Let me try that. I know that I don't know everything. We should know that we don't know everything. That's where humility comes. So it's like, okay, if I'm not where this person that I look up to is, let me give him the benefit of the doubt to give me some game, and I'm apply his shit. Now, if I can take his shit and elevate what he taught me, then that's where you get ahead. Then that's what you do is you show that you took what, let's say I taught you functional focus, right? And then you elevate that shit. And then for me, I'm like, yo, I never even thought that you, I didn't even think about that. Damn, how'd you, you know what I mean? Now you taught me something.
Right.
And that's why we are the supercomputer of high performance dogs. That's why I want us to be, all of us, to be the supercomputer, because everybody got a voice, especially when you a thinking man and you do the mathematics. If you fucking random and shit, we're gonna call you out like, bro, that shit don't make no fucking sense. I mean, and don't feel offended if we do.
Facts, yeah.
Please don't feel offended like we trying to call you out. No, if you're in a collective brain and we're doing math together and there's somebody with wrong math, and if we're not correcting each other, then how are we going to elevate?
Exactly. Can't get to the next level like that.
We can't. If one wrong, all of us is wrong.
Yeah.
That's how it is. If one is wrong, all of us are wrong. So then if we're wrong, we should be able to take constructive criticism to make it right, because we all want to be right as a team to elevate as a team, because it's a collective brain that elevates us to the next level. It's not just one brain. It's a collective brain. And only for us to elevate to the next level, all of us in that collective mind state got to be right. Period.
Facts.
Yeah.
So salute to you, functional focus. And, you know, I'm excited for you and your litter, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again. And, you know,
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
it's gonna be all love, man. So keep doing what you're doing, man. But yeah, I'm a cook on this, man, from my perspective. And I love.
Oh, no. Who pregnant?
Go ahead, Dora. No, go ahead, Dora. All right, shut up. I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead.
No, I wanted to ask, who pregnant? Felony?
Yeah. Felony about to drop on the 7th. So, you know, we got like 6 more days, man.
Felony and Hercules?
Yeah, Felony times Hercules, man. We got first AK
I
pups in the world. First AK grand pups in the world.
I gotta see those.
Oh yeah, they some for sure must sees. They definitely gonna have that motherfucking that drive, that intent, that intensity. They gonna have that functionality. On top of that, they gonna look beautiful. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have that all them bully attributes that people like, but they're gonna be a little bit slimmed down like how I like them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
A little bit more functional how I like them. You know, cause my shit functional. Even though Hercules, you know, he got that thick blood in him. He actually, you know, he 2 years old now. He's starting to thicken up. I ain't gonna lie. That boy's starting to thicken up like a fucking bully. But he still got all the functionality. He can still jump 7 feet vertical. Boom, nothing to jump off straight.
I seen him jump the gate and shit.
He could do he could do anything, right? This boy is a dog. I'm trying to tell you, he a dog. He got that man drive. When I turn him on to it, because he got a stupid off switch, I could turn him off and he could be cool around anything. Even even not a dog, not male dogs, but even dogs. Female dogs. I turn him off. He cool. I turn him up. He on anything. You know what I'm saying? He on anything, man, fur, anything on anything, walking, anything, breathing. I get that boy on. I'll get him on something. And then on top of that, he got the smarts. He got the brain. This litter I'm dropping right here. These first AK grand puppies. We're going to see it, man. We're going to see it because he's already, Hercules, a lot of people don't understand why I use him. But You're not gonna find a stud that's gonna produce as good as Hercules. Even though I only got one litter off of him, I noticed because I was raised around his blood since I was a kid, and I know that he's only has 2 outcrosses in the past 4 generations. So that means that he's a lot more inbred and line bred than a lot of these people got nowadays, and that's what people are searching for. Oh, I want this red boy, I want this, I want, and because these dogs are inbred like a motherfucker, line bred like a motherfucker, nice blood on top of that. So a lot like Hercules, when I take him to females like Felony, who's gonna
Yeah,
add to him, add leg,
yeah.
right?
I
Add
said
leg,
add
add
leg.
intensity. Is gonna in like the mouth and all that, like, everything's gonna just stack on
Elevate.
top of each other. They both muscled the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? They both muscled up. They both look amazing. Outside of the looks, they could both, move. Hercules moving, Felony fast as hell, Hercules fast as hell. They both
Yeah,
got the intensity and drive in them. So I know that these dogs, and then Hercules got that stupid off switch, and Felony cool too. Like she don't really be too turned up because I don't really be letting her do too much, but I'm still exploring with her. I've only had her for what, like 8 months now, like nine,
Yeah,
10 months, something
yeah.
around there. I ain't had her for too long. Um, you know, but so I still gotta learn her. You gotta learn your dogs, y'all. You gotta learn your dogs.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
but these puppies here though. Hey, Hercules, I know he gonna be throwing himself, and then Felony, with her being a daughter of AK, who is a good producer, we're gonna see his first grandchildren. So we're gonna be able to. I'm seeing off of this.
I
I'm
bet you
trying to
get some
see like
black dogs though.
I'm trying to see a super producer. What'd you say?
I bet you'll get some black ones.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why? Because
I don't know.
Hercules
We're
blue.
gonna see.
No, not because Hercules, because of fucking fucking Africa.
Felony. Oh
Oh,
yeah,
Africa.
Africa.
Africa. Yeah, Africa got some black. She got black shit all up in her, and then but she also got she got some blue shit up in there too.
Yeah, but you're gonna get some black out of there because of Africa.
I think
Yo,
I'm gonna get.
what
I
if she
think I'm gonna
throw
get.
all blues?
I think I'm gonna get all blues. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get all
Yeah,
blues and some exotic blue and some exotic buckskin type shit.
Nah, you gonna get some black in there. I watch. I know you can get some black in there because AK's mama is black.
And Felony
AK's,
mom black.
AK's daddy is fucking red, heavy inbred, line bred red. Africa is black. Okay, Africa's mama's black. You gonna get some black in there.
yeah.
I'm okay with that because if I could get me a black Hercules or a blue AK, man, I ain't playing, man. This is about to be crazy.
That'll be crazy right there.
Yeah,
But
yeah, you gonna get some shit.
but Hercules is throwing a lot into this litter. I just know. So like what I was saying, he's in. So like this past 4 generations, so his mom and his dad are cousins and auntie and nephew. So
Okay.
it's a cousin breeding and an auntie and nephew breeding at the same time. So then you can kind of think about how inbred this boy really is. He's throwing himself. All his litter look like him. He not the. I'm not going. I can't even say like how you could say AK the best. I can't even say that. Why? Because he's so fucking line bred and everything's the same out here. Shit, damn near. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on
Right.
what the handler do with it at that point. Because when the blood's so damn consistent, then it just depends on what the handler do with it. If you want that bitch to be a couch potato, I bet he's gonna chill on the couch and he wanna work still. You gonna have to exercise that drive and that prey drive.
Man,
But
them things
you
going
know
banging the
that
fuck out.
that motherfucker though, I'm like he got that consistency. Like all his puppies off that first litter, they all look like him. They all got that headpiece. They all got the structure he got. They all just got it all. They all blue too. Every one of them. We got some tries in there and shit too. Some tries, some exotic sables. I got something called a blue
Hey,
sable reverse ghost try.
hey,
And
Nice.
she
that's
looked
something
like
that
she got about 8 in that motherfucker in her belly. I'm looking at her belly.
that was her at 40 something days. She about
Oh,
to pop here now. So she
okay.
definitely look like she got 10 plus up in there, y'all. I'm thinking
Then
big litter.
Glory to God, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice
You
though.
get some
That
good pieces. Hey, I'm excited for you because that hybrid vigora that we be
yes
talking
sir.
about,
yeah,
that's
Yes
what you're
sir.
gonna get over there. You
Yes
know what I mean?
sir.
You gonna get
Any
that.
hey, gonna be showing up.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. That's
see
what I'm
that.
trying. That's what I'm looking
Bang
for
out.
right now.
That's
I'm
what we're
looking
gonna
for that,
see. We're gonna see if AK can push through his fucking offspring. If
and
he
that's
can
what
push
I'm
through his
looking for,
offspring,
Coach. That's what I was saying. If he can, if y'all see a blue AK out this motherfucker, you're gonna be able to tell that not only is AK a super producer, but Hercules is throwing himself onto different body frames and different type of.
yeah,
So it's gonna be a lot of proving in this, right? Because a lot of
Hey,
people don't
cut that shit off.
understand the type of cook-ups and shit that I'm thinking of and how I'm thinking of it in the terms of how I'm gonna put it out to consumers, right? And we're gonna really be honest. AK is some imported blood, right?
Yeah.
That already up the price. That already ups the price, right? It already ups the demand on the dog because this motherfucker, I don't know how many pups out AK's litter came to America, but if it's
None.
only him, yeah,
None.
if it's only AK, that means that everybody who has some AK shit, they could hold that shit to a little bit of a higher, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
value because of it, right?
Yeah.
So that means that these puppies got some imported blood in them, and they got line bred blood, not only on the top, hella heavy, but on the bottom, which y'all know, that hybrid vigor works, but it works through that line breeding shit. Once you got a family of dogs, you take it to another family of dogs, that's when you get that hybrid vigor, right? But if you get line bred family of dogs, take it to another line bred family of dogs, that's when hey, I'm cooking. I'm trying to tell you. That's when you get some beasts. Like you get some real locked in traits. You know what I'm saying? You get I feel like I'm gonna get everything I want out of this. I'm gonna get a Hercules 2.0. And I'm gonna get a better felony as well.
For sure. I'm
Gotcha.
excited for you.
That's the
Understood.
future.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
Hey, Andy coming to get some more DNA, man. So
That's
you
what's
Facts.
up, man.
that
Well,
boy,
a boy or a girl?
Female, you know that.
he
I
getting
like them
female. You know how he
females.
do. His focus is Hercules.
Gotta get her new
Yeah. I like them females. I'm trying to wrap every female, like all the females' blood. Like I feel like if I could outcross with females and write my program around females, it'd be better than any stud I could get because I can work with the female. If I like a stud, I'm gonna get his daughter.
Hey, can
You
I
know what
give
I'm
you a
saying?
suggestion? Functional focus.
What'd you say?
Can I give you a suggestion?
Yeah,
I'm
what's up?
gonna draw up a play for you that's gonna be lucrative for you. So remember, you were saying that you was gonna get a stud fee from what's that? What's that? You already know who I'm talking about.
Moonshine?
Yeah, what's his name?
Moonshine?
Yeah, remember you said he's gonna get a stud
Yeah,
fee.
yeah. I got money on that already.
Okay, so check this out. I recommend you doing this, and you're gonna thank me later. You take him to one of AK daughters, hopefully, when you come over here, whatever, right? You take that moonshine shit to fucking AK and fucking, anything AK, my XL Pitbull Draco blood, you take that moonshine to that, watch, I guarantee you're gonna get a lethal weapon. I promise you that you're gonna get a lethal weapon.
I'm
And
already knowing.
you will thank me later. That's where you take that stud. You don't take that stud to your female that you got from overseas. You take your offspring of that to that female overseas.
Facts.
This is what I'm telling you. Now, I always say this: you as a young dog man, that's your choice. It's your program. But I ain't the coach for nothing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. No, I hear you. So my
Yeah.
thought process behind putting him into Rose before I add him into that AK blood is because then at that point now I got a Mayday. Now I got a Mayday dog, Mayday up close, Luke Kane up close. On top of that, I got. Well, I'm talking about within 3 generations up close. I got that shit up close. Like I got that old blood all the way up close. I don't know how the fuck. Maybe it could be
Okay.
paper hanging. What the fuck? But now I got that moonshine blood and that old school Italian type blood. Boom, I got that shit together in one puppy. Take it to some felony shit, right? Now, now I got a red boy dog. I got all the shit that I got it all into that one dog. I got 3 different cookups basically in that one dog.
Peep what I'm saying, folks. It's okay. You can do what you want to do. I'm never gonna tell you to not do it. So whatever you choose, I'm gonna be for you regardless. Either way, but you got to understand the mathematics of how we operate as top tier engineers. What you talking about has already been done, nigga. These niggas has been doing that shit since the fucking 80s.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you this. So what you cooking sounds good to you because it makes sense in your mind, but they've been doing that old school to old school to old school to old school to old school. Ain't nothing new to that. Ain't no explosion to that. There's no explosion to that. My man overseas with Thor, his shit is so heavily inbred and then line bred. That shit's it's cool on paper, but okay. And like I said, this is why I'm not doing pit bulls and XL. I'm not doing pit bulls no more because see, if we was in the league and I put my shit to that shit, my shit will devour that shit. Like you can't keep felony with that dog from overseas because felony would kill that dog. It's just I'm just gonna keep it 1,000 wild to wow. And I don't want you to ever test it because I know you will never do it. But I'm just letting you know based off of how I cook, because I believe in vigor, right? I believe in what the OGs was doing when they was paper hanging. Think about when they were paper hanging and they didn't want you to tell you about the vigor that was making them winners. I cook with the vigor. I don't cook with the heavy inbred, heavy line bread, heavy inbred. I cook with the vigor all day.
Backwards shit.
So when you have vigor in your playbook and you know what they do by maybe accident, maybe you're a competitor in the field and you're like, oh shit, what? That's why I'm telling you, like, look, what you do is you take that Italy bitch of all that nice little tight blood that they got over there overseas that you got, top tier shit, cool. You take that moonshine that he did, whatever he did all that before you. And your boy overseas did that before you. You know, why are you doing the same thing they doing? Not to say that you're doing it in the same formula, but you're doing the same fucking formula, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you talking about like, yeah, American Pit Bull Terrier times American Pit Bull Terrier.
Okay. Then you take fucking AK with fucking the coach's shit that's killer, kill, Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger combined, right? The hybrid. You take that to that fucking moonshine shit, hybrid vigor hits that moonshine blood. You see what I'm saying? Now you take that moonshine shit and you make better than his shit. Facts.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's all I think that would do, though. Me personally, coach, I think that if I took one of AK's daughters to moonshine, I'm just gonna get a slightly better moonshine. I don't think that I would. I don't think that moonshine is gonna add. I don't think that moonshine is gonna add as much to one of AK's or like felony. If I took moonshine to felony, I don't see where I'm gaining more value out of felony, right? Because I'm like, okay, now I got a slightly better moonshine. Which if I would have took her to a better dog,
focus.
You know,
this is where you're not listening to the notes. Hybrid vigor. Hybrid vigor is why felony is what she is. Moonshine is what he is based off of how OG was breeding his shit and promoting his shit based off of his bloodlines and the old school dogs that he cook up and all that shit. And you notice that all his dogs all look the same, correct?
Yeah, they you know, they're
okay.
nice.
So he's breeding very tight, very line bred, and that's cool. That's cool. Right? But see, if you breeding for performance, there's a method to your breeding to get top tier level performing dogs. Okay, there's a method to this type of shit. And like I said, we can't showcase this stuff to prove it because we're not in that day and age, right? If we were in that day and age where it was showcasing, right? Like, for example, if we were in the pit days and they were talking about, okay, let's match let's say a 75-pound dog up with another 75-pound dog up. And, you know, I got my boy Black Hawk. Now, I know his mama, and I know his uncle, and I know his grandmother, and I know his great-grandmother, all murderers. Don't feel no pain, intensity. Then I got AK into that blood, hybrid vigor. You understand? See, this is what y'all gotta understand when y'all cooking. You're gonna see this is gonna be your second breeder. You're gonna see what that hybrid vigor does to your fucking Hercules blood. You're gonna see it. But check this out. If it wasn't for me being so in tune and so in the game and taking losses and all the shit, kennel accidents and all the shit I experienced over the many years I've been doing dogs, and then learning by experience, like, oh shit, I wouldn't know how potent that cross is and why, let's say, Black Hawk is who he is. See, Black Hawk is not AK. Black Hawk is his mother, but he looked kind of like his father. What I mean by that is Black Hawk is about the kill. Just like Felony is, just like Peaches and all the other dogs you met. They about the kill. They're not about the play. They're not about all that shit. They're not about the pedigree. They're about what I put in them genetics and then it explodes. So if you're trying to produce a performance dog, which that's what you're trying to produce, don't get caught up in the pedigree of the dog. Don't do your cook-ups based off.
No, yeah. I definitely agree with that.
That's all I'm telling you.
This all right here, I feel like this right here, that what you specifically said, that right there, I feel like ties all the way back to the topic of the thing, right? Are we doing this for profit or are we doing it for ourselves, right? So I feel like me being just now starting, and I plan on and I will build
Oh
my
shit!
and I plan on and I
Let's
will
stop.
build my own bloodline, right? I feel like
Damn.
with me having not only dogs, like I got dogs, all my dogs is like they all ready to hit. You know what I'm saying? And
Hey,
I don't I don't condone no BS. Y'all know that. Come on. I'm a dog man. I like dogs. I understand these drives. I understand. So obviously you learn to like it and love it. You love that shit. You like to see. I don't do nothing with my, like I said, like I got control over all of them. I can have them all around each other when I'm around. If I'm not around, it's different, right? But if I'm around, when I'm in the room, I can have all 10 of my dogs, including my game dog. I can have them there, and because they know, ass is gonna get whooped. I ain't playing none of that. You know what I'm saying? None of that. You know. And so with that being said, they know, and they all got that. Oh, they all got that switch. Cause I put it on them. I put that switch on them, literally to have them, make them have that switch. Cause it's time for y'all to chill. It's time to control. I'm around. Y'all ain't no fighting, ain't none of that. When I'm not around and they do what they do, they dogs. I can't stop them. So if I run out when I see two dogs locked up and I have, then that's what it is. But while I'm around, they know, right? So, um, what I'm saying though is um, that all ties back into profit or are you doing it for yourself, right? So for myself, not only do I want dogs, but I want dogs that look pretty to consumers as well. So eventually, 5 years down the line, when I got niggas breeding dogs, like, oh, I need this blood, boom, 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 and I'm okay because right now I'm not okay with selling the breeders. I won't sell the breeders for the next 3 years, 4 years, right? And the only reason is because I'm trying to create the demand I was talking about. Because once I get to selling the breeders, and now everybody got my Hercules times felony puppies, and they fucking breeding them shits, because only people I've had hit me up so far is breeders. Are they okay with spending the money I'm asking? They are. Why? Because they know the fucking blood that's behind it, and they want to breed that shit. So then, at this point, the demand's not there no more. Why? Because now I got 5 different niggas out here breeding off of my cookups. They're not breeding the same way, but they breeding off my cookups. So now they gonna be able to see. People are gonna be able to see that shit in different ways. So now, instead of coming to where it came from, this first, the first AK times Hercules type cookup, right? Then now, instead of coming to me, they could go to somebody else who might be doing something different with it. You know what I'm saying? In the way that, okay, I don't care as much about this blood. I'm finna sell it for cheaper. I'm finna give it to the people who not gonna do as much with it. Boom, 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 right? So what I'm saying, all that to say is, for me to create this demand, I have to have not only dogs, but that pedigree. And I'm not pedigree peddling, or I don't give a fuck about a pedigree, if I want to be honest. But every dog I got a good pedigree. Every dog I got proven dogs behind it.
no, you're breaking
Yo,
up.
he went
I hear
out.
you. Yeah, yeah. You must have got a phone call. Hey, so before you get back on, I just put my boy Bill on the line, man. Salute to Bill, right? Bill ain't even told me this story, but I knew.
Oh,
What he's
man.
talking about, man, I already experienced that shit multiple times, multiple generations. So this is Bill's testimony. Now, this is
Yeah.
everybody's testimony. Okay, this is my man with the AK-70, the AR-15 band dogs testimony.
Yeah.
I gave you him, right? See, this is what I'm telling y'all. I can't show y'all what I'm about when it comes to my fucking dogs. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm very humble about what I'm telling y'all, motherfuckers.
Hey,
Right?
coach.
Go ahead, Duro. Go ahead, Duro.
No, easy, coach. I don't want you to get in trouble, man. I don't
No,
want
man, come on, man. I gotta no.
Gotta tell him, Duro.
Come on, hey, no, Duro. I respect you. I love you for that, Duro. Thank you, Duro. I'm gonna keep it low key energy. You feel me? I
all
do
right.
it. Thank you, Duro. Thank you for that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I lower the frequency down.
Bro, it's your birthday, man.
I mean, I can get away with a little bit on my birthday, you know what I'm saying? Plus, RG ain't here to fucking turn me over. You know what I'm saying? Man, shout out to RG, man. It got me out my fucking shell. You know what I'm saying? It turned me into the old me, but I'm back. You feel me? So, Bill, right? I didn't even hear, Bill just shared something with us, and it is what it is. Bill kind of already knew what he was getting. That's why he wanted to shock a daughter. But Bill just said, as I put on here, Voodoo, my shaka, this is my first inbred breeding I ever did, brother and sister, because I wanted to compound that genetics because I wanted to make even more of a prey driven. So imagine a maximum prey drive dogs, but I wanted to put a supercharged prey drive and you take a turbo on there with Nas on it. So I did that when I took Shaka to his sister.
Damn.
Okay, because I was doing that in my mind, right? Because I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna breed me a fucking extreme fucking pit bull. So anyway, he got one of those. I got one too that I'm actually going to be blessing somebody with. I can't, I mean, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Anyway, he just said Voodoo, and he got a yard now. Bill got a yard. He just said Voodoo killed 3 of his dogs already.
Shit. Yeah,
That's my shit. That's my shit.
Yeah, that's a different type of dog right there.
That's my shit. That's maximum prey drive. That's what Coach been fucking talking to y'all niggas about. That's why I'm the Formula One of this shit. I know what I'm doing. I'm good at this shit. Nigga, and like he said, beautiful, great with the kids, great temper. My dogs got on-off switches, but they real life killers, man. They don't feel no pain, man. I told y'all that story with fucking Black Hawk and fucking AR-15. AR-15 was thought he was the shit, always bullying everybody, bullied AK because him and AK was the same age. But I made sure the AK didn't fucking turn on. I didn't want AK to turn on, so I moved him away. Like, I don't want AK to get fucking that way, so I moved him. But AR-15 was always agitating motherfuckers, always fucking with motherfuckers, fucking trying to bite niggas. And that boy Black Hawk bit that motherfucking noise, had that boy screaming like Mariah Carey and shit. I was like, ooh, nigga, you had that young boy bite you in the nose, had you screaming? Had you over there on that screamathon? Oh, nah, nigga. Nah, hey, AR, nah, you lost points for me because you got to be able to take that pain. That's my thing with my dogs. If you want to give it, you got to take it. I don't want to hear you bitching and crying when you get it. You're trying to give it to everybody. No, you better take that shit too. And Shaka, I always told you about Shaka. That boy don't feel no pain, man. There's nothing that can make that dog cry. Nothing.
And he breaking bars.
He's pulling bars off the weld. He has 0 teeth in his mouth because he just bites fucking metal, and he got so much drive. He just so to see what Bill got. Yeah, I knew what Bill was getting. So did Bill know. But see, he has 2-3 yard accidents on that. It's accidents. I'm sure he didn't want that to happen, but he learning what kind of dog he got. Same thing with you, functional focus. That's why I'm telling you. That's why I'm telling you. Don't get caught up in the names, the pedigrees, because that pit bull shit, they're not gonna pay you for that shit.
No, yeah. I got cut off because I got a call. But no, yeah, I hear what you're saying for sure.
Yeah, they're not gonna pay you for that shit, okay? Because it's already been done. Now you come with something totally different, like I said, you know what I mean? Run this play. Thank me later. That's all I'm telling you. You breed that with whatever you get from me with the AK shit, with that moonshine, and then you fucking develop that dog and you let that dog look amazing like it's gonna look, and then I guarantee you this, if you promote them correctly, OG that you got that stuff from is gonna want to buy a dog or get a stuffy from you. I promise you that. He not gonna buy something that's already been done off you because them niggas has been doing that shit. Why would he want to buy something that he already know niggas been doing already? You come with something totally different with that AK shit, with his shit, and fucking outshine his shit, because I know it will. And this is just me being humble, but I know how good I am. I understand how to cook these dogs. See, I understand how to cook performance dogs. I believe in freaks. I believe not the same. I want better. These guys that cook the same, if I want all AKs, I just keep inbreeding his ass. Line breeding, inbreeding, because that's all they do. They line breed, inbreed, line breed, inbreed, line breed, inbreed, line breed, inbreed. 20 times AK, 30 times AK. That's stupid for me. I know better. I want vigor. I want explosion of genetics. I want explosions. I want explosions. Every time I get a dog, I want an explosion of shit. So when I see his offspring, I'm like, oh, that motherfucker better. Oh, how you was acting like a pup is better than AK. AK was acting exceptional, but you acting even more. Oh, I got something. You know what I'm saying? Et cetera, et cetera. So I'm just giving you the game as far as, look, you can still add that in after you create the AK and moonshine shit. Then throw that fucking Italian shit up in there. That's what you do. Now, you can do what you want to do. I'm just giving you a play. If you follow what coach is telling you, because coach is out of the pit bulls. I'm not breeding pit bulls no more. I'm giving that up to y'all niggas. Okay? You want to breed pit bulls? You want to take your shit to another level? You take what I cooked up, True Killers. Okay, this is them. We're not doing that in real life, but it happens in real life. True Killers, and then you hybrid vigor that shit with that blood, that moonshine shit, which is heavily inbred, and watch what you get. Watch what you get, family. But at the same time, I digress. Do what you want to do, but you better keep that in the back of the playbook. Put on there, coach, on that play.
No, I hear you. I hear you. I don't know. I mean, I definitely hear you for sure. I just think that me taking a dog that's already good to another dog that's already good, adding them shits into one, I just think it's even better because what I feel like,
It's
I
already
definitely hear what
done.
you're saying though, for sure. The only reason I want to do that is because he's only allowing one stuffy, one more stuffy. Y'all, I know if I get the bread up, I could probably talk him and swindle up another stuffy. And if I were to do that, that'd be a good, that'd be the cook up. I could take him, take him right to an AK daughter, right to some, or some, and then we in the game. But what how you were saying something about taking Red Boy, that Red Boy shit to AK.
This is what I'm saying. You got to understand what I'm saying. See, the formulas that you're talking about has already been done. See, the blood that I produce,
No, look at
hold on,
so
listen what
like
I'm saying, focus. The formula that I took from the import to my shit, me taking AK, the import from fucking overseas that nobody got but me, to my shit, made what I got. Okay? Like I said, I got Black Hawk, who is not AK. He's not as big as AK, but I'm sure he'll probably kill AK. And the only reason why I'm sure he'll probably kill AK because he is his mother. AK ain't on the kill. He's on the kill. You see what I'm saying? It's a different mentality. AK could be stronger than him, I'm sure. But AK's mind is not prey driven out like fucking Black Hawk. There's certain dogs that have that mentality where they want to kill. That's what they want to do. Okay. And Yeller put something on there. So Yeller said a dog will holler if they get their mouth bit through the kennel. Yeah. Yes. That's a very sensitive part of a dog is their nose, especially their nose, right? It's very sensitive. And I understood why AR-15 was hollering. But see, I have dogs that don't holler at all. So when you see dogs that don't feel any pain, will not cry for whatever you do, not at all, like won't cry. No matter what happens, won't cry, won't make a sound. You understand the level of pain threshold when you see it. Because I have so many different type dogs, different type prey-driven, man-driven type dogs, different type of pain threshold dogs, I've seen what the levels are. So to see a young dog get fed up with an older dog, and then they get into it through the kennel bars, and then that younger dog catch it, and then clamp down on his fucking nose and have that boy singing Mariah Carey. Fuck that to me, because Black Hawk wasn't doing that when he was biting him on the nose. And so when I saw AR do that, and he comes, and they got the same mama. AR-15 and Black Hawk got the same mama. They mama is Holy Spirit. So you acting like your mama, but you can't take the pain like your mama. Nobody tested AR-15 pain threshold, even though that brother, even though AR-15 jumped up, he like to jump like a kangaroo, right? He jumped up and came down on the side of the kennel and like caught his rib on the latch and opened that motherfucker up where his rib was showing. And that motherfucker was like, oh, that shit wasn't nothing. Took him to the vet, doctor stitched it up. He wasn't crying or nothing, right? But we already know the most sensitive part to a dog is his nose and his ears.
Yeah.
We know that. Nose, ears. So, yeah, that didn't fuck with him. He took that like a champion. Like, oh, that I don't know. Oh, what, my fucking ribs showing and everything? I don't care. Sold him up. It's all good, right? But then when he got that nose, that sensitive part on the nose, he was over there. But he did that to Black Hawk. Black Hawk wasn't saying shit. I'm like, oh, yeah, you your mama. Yeah, you your
just cut
mama.
out for y'all.
Say it again. Say it again. What'd you say? Somebody say something?
Yeah, it was functional focus said something.
Oh, my bad. Now, coach cut out for me. I'm gonna have to leave and come back.
Okay, no. All I'm saying is this. okay, so this is my thought. When I'm cooking up my pit bulls from 2005 until now I scrapped the program, period. Okay. I'm thinking everything to the max. When I say bigger, stronger, and faster, when I say maximum prey drive or maximum man drive, that's what I'm thinking when I'm cooking. I'm not just, like we talk about, I'm not randomly cooking in the lab. I got lab notes. I know the dogs. Remember we talked about the formula last week? We said it's the formula, the dogs, the pedigree.
Yep.
I have the formula first. Okay? This ain't random shit I'm cooking.
Uh-huh.
So then based off the formula,
Your
I have
shit's
the
crackling.
dogs that equate the formula. Okay, I have the dogs that equate the formula. So I should know based off my formula and the dogs what I should get. Now, we don't know that unless we keep all the litter. We talk about that too. So me having that whole litter of Shaka, Dolls, Tiny, Africa, Holy Spirit, okay? Me having that whole litter, I can assess everything genetically about what's in them dolls. Because I know top and bottom 3 generations back. I know that. So I can assess that. So when I'm looking at these dogs and I see 2 dogs stand out when it comes to the drive and the pain threshold, it's Shaka and Holy Spirit. I showed y'all a video when I had them next to each other one time and they was trying to kill each other with the kennel bars. Remember that video?
Yep.
Y'all remember that? I had a whole bunch of people, all the Karens in there. Oh my God. That was just quick, like less than 5 minutes. I just filmed it real quick just to show y'all what I'm dealing with. Them motherfuckers was chomping at each other. They can't fucking, they can't hurt each other through there. But the fact they kept chomping, that shit was a bloody mess. You think they was over there crying and when they was doing that? No, hell no, they was loving all that shit. They was loving all that shit. Ain't none of them was, that shit was blood, Freddy Krueger shit all day long. If I would have let it happen. So all I'm saying is this: for you functional focus and for y'all who's cooking up these type of dogs, I discontinued that line because that line is not for the market today. That line right there will make a lot of these game dog guys who cook the way they cook. That like even when shout out to Blue, was it Blue? Carolina Blue. I told y'all this story before too. Shout out to Carolina Blue. I love him for that. He was like, "Hey, coach, fucking Chico Lopez was talking shit about AK." And of course, I'm thinking to myself, like Chico, you ain't never had a dog AK between your legs, nigga. You have your Golden Vein and all your OG game dogs, and I respect that, but you ain't never had no motherfucker 112-pound freaking nature in your fucking between your legs that intimidate you. That if that dog bit you one time, it'll fucking it'll crush anything it bites. If it bit your hand will be crushed. If it bit your arm, your bones will be crushed in there, motherfucker. Matter of fact, if he bit your arm and felt that fucking bone and got a taste of your melanin, he wouldn't even let go. Like, you probably had to shoot the dog. Like, this is the type of shit when you really in tune with multiple type dogs that we talking about. Like, this is the type of stuff based off experience you get to respect. You respect experience as a dog man. You don't respect people talking. So, like me giving you game, functional focus, or y'all in the chat this type of game, and me understanding why, by me seeing like, okay, my program is done by losing, let's say, might have losing Draca, and like, fuck that double XL pit bull. That's just obsolete now because I'm not gonna do the inbreed. AK. It lets me know, like, bro, the game we're not even in the game no more where we can really test our dogs.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not even something that I don't want dogs out there. I felt bad for you when you told me that you took your L. You know what I'm saying? Functional focus. I felt bad for you. I knew how much you fucking spent on that fucking bitch you got.
Yeah.
That was not a cheap bitch.
That was a $4,000 dog.
Yeah. So I felt sorry. I felt sorry for you. Bill, I know Bill was hurt when he took his 3 L's. You see what I'm saying? But see, these are the type of dogs that I cook up. I don't cook up them ones y'all talk about with pedigrees. My pedigree ain't gonna show why my dogs is killing shit. My dogs is killing shit because of the formula that's behind them. If you know what the mother was doing, that makes sense. Well, shit. If you know how intense and how fucking strong AK is, well, that fucking makes sense. Well, damn. If you knew why I inbred fucking shotgun to his fucking sister and I fucking made an atomic bomb out of that bitch, well, that makes sense why fucking, Bill experienced 2 of his dogs dying. No, 3. 3.
Hey yo, I gotta get up early tomorrow. This was a good cook up. I'll see y'all next week.
No, I love you, Duro, man. Thank you for showing up, brother.
Right?
Thank you for
Yeah, always.
participating.
Yes,
Peace
sir.
out,
Love,
Yeah.
bro.
love, man.
Thank you. Thank you, man. Love, man.
No, yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying for sure.
It's the vigor.
Um,
It's the
I
vigor.
understand. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. I definitely understand. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're saying and thinking. Yeah, I can understand what where you coming from, for sure.
You want to
Um,
raise the bar and want to be different. That's what we was talking about.
yeah,
The thing
yeah,
you
and a part of the raising the bar for me is having like something that I could call my own. So when I could take my own production to something off of felony or something from or just felony herself, that's when I feel like it'd be crazy. But then again, though, like I definitely see where you're saying. That's definitely a
that is your
possibility.
own production. That's your
It's
production.
definitely
There's no my production. Anything you breed is yours. So
right. Facts.
that's what I'm saying. Anything you breed is yours. Whether you breed that moonshine to that other dog from Italy, or you breed moonshine to felony, however you breed is still your breed. I'm just giving you game to elevate your shit to another level. Now, you can do it however you want to do it, and I'm telling you, do it however you want to do it. But I'm just giving you a play that's gonna put you ahead. It's your choice. That's all I'm saying. Do it how you want to do it. You ain't got to explain it to me. I'm just giving you a little
Yeah.
but however you want to do it is however you want to do it, and I'm gonna support you either way because that's your program, and I'm gonna respect it. I'm just giving you a play. Coach is done with the pit bulls. So you can have it, you can do whatever you want to do with it. I'm done with that shit. You feel me? I'm not even doing AK to his daughters, like I already told you. Come and get you already know what it is. Other than that,
Man.
on y'all. You feel me? That's on y'all. Do y'all thing. I'm done with that shit. Cause like I said, I'm too advanced for that shit. I'm saying yellow one. I love this. I love this right here. He said, honestly, the way to say what your dogs would do to a game bred pit bull is to bring your dog. Hey, yellow one. Like, bro, I've been in pit bulls since actually I've been in pit bulls since 1998. But I've been breeding my own pit bulls since 2005. Like, I got real life killers on this shit, man. Like I got testimonies. I got testimonies all through this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what I breed. I breed real life killers, man. And it's not because I'm trying to be a game bred pit bull type guy. I'm not basing my program, never base my program off of OG's program. It's because I know how to cook up fucking real high performance dogs. Like, I do this shit. I have a gift. I'm an artist. I know how to do it. I know vigor. I put vigor in my dogs. I don't breed off of pedigree shit. I learned a long time ago when I was buying $10,000 bullies that shit was fake as fuck. Them pedigrees is fake. I learned that a long time ago.
No. Yeah.
However, when I was on my pit bull shit, I wasn't even into pedigrees. I was into dogs. So I came in like kind of like not necessarily like kind of game goofy with the pedigree shit with the pit bulls. Even though I had pit bulls with pedigree, I wasn't even on that. I was in tune with the dogs. I was like, well, I like this dog. I'm gonna breed this dog with that dog. Like, I was so goofy game to the whole game pit bull shit that I was taking dogs that I saw that was fucking killing shit and was cooking them. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna cook this shit up with that shit up. My homeboy bought this shit killing everything in the neighborhood. And I got this shit's my, like, we gonna cook. Like, that's how I came in. I wasn't no pedigree. So based off of that, I bumped my head on performance, which once I learned about hybrid vigor, I saw how important that was to performance, and I started cooking like that. And because I cook like that, every time I cook, my dogs get better and better and better and better and better.
So
Now,
I got a question.
go ahead.
To piggyback off of the headliner right there, the Breed for Profit or the Breed for Program, right? Who is buying these dogs that are like who are buying these dogs, you know what I'm saying, that are the top tier like that. Like you were saying earlier, like the consumer, the regular consumer, they don't even they don't have the want for it because they don't understand what this dog is. They're gonna just call us bad people because we got dogs that's, like you said, they got that instinct, they got that intent, right? And I already had a couple, you know, people, oh yeah, this dog, you know, this dog is that, and this, you know, this dog is giving my big dog trouble, and you know, and then, so I've already had a couple because they don't understand the drive behind what that dog is actually, you know, trying to do, or what it actually wants to do. And I'll let them know beforehand, like, yeah, this dog is gonna end up being, you know, having this sort of drive behind. This dog's gonna this dog's gonna end up having some, you know, dog aggression. It might have some people aggression. You know, you just gotta hone these, you know, boom, boom, boom. A lot of people, they don't understand, even though you tell them beforehand, they don't understand, you know what I'm saying, what you really mean until they
That's a
until they
good
see it,
question.
right? So
That's a
I'm
good question.
saying, so like, who is buying these people? And what I would say, I think that the people who are buying the dogs that you're talking about are people like me, people who have a
Correct.
plan, people have a plan, and people who understand this dude put in time, this dude put in energy, this dude put in money to create this blood. I want this blood because I know I could cook some off of it, right? Who else is buying these dogs for this type of money? You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to breed, you know, profit, or yourself, at a certain point, you know what I'm saying, then it's like, okay, now I want these dudes to buy, you know, I
Right.
want this dude to buy it for 5K because he know this the bloody, I know he gonna cook off of it. So outside of that, you know what I'm saying, like how do you get, you know what I'm saying? So that's my question,
That's a
like
good
how,
question.
you know, like
I
how is
can
that?
I can answer that. Okay. So great question, by the way. Like who buys these type dogs other than people like ourselves, right? And consumers, based off of your marketing, right? Because I have a lot of consumers, basically family pet home, that have my dogs, high performance dogs. I have more of them than people who would actually appreciate what the dogs can do, right? I have I've had an OG, I've had multiple OG dog men, but I've had an OG dog man from New York, man, about 50. But I think my OG was like probably like 58 years old or whatever. But old school game dog man, had all kind of dogs. But anyway, he was loving how I promoted AK, right? And he was like, man, I ain't never seen no dog that big, but still look like that old school classic game dog, but still perform like, you know, he was looking, you know, he real old school game dog dude, but he was seeing it. So he's like, man, I always wanted something bigger than what I used to have back in the day, man. Can the dog do this? Can the dog do that? Now he's not going to be taking his dog to the box, but he's an old Jew, you know, he's like a dog enthusiast now, right?
Right,
So for him, he wanted those attributes, but he also wanted the on-off switch. He didn't want the dog to be a one-trick pony, and he said that to me. He said, I want my dogs to have the drive. I always wanted a game dog with size. Okay. I'm not going in that direction, but I want that mentality of a game dog. But I also want it to have an on-off switch. I'm like, well, damn, I breed mines with on-off switch. But I told the OG, like, look, these got maximum prey drive though. So you gonna have to, you know, do what I always tell all my clients who buy my dogs or whoever buys my dogs, right? The first year, do not turn that motherfucker on. Don't agitate it. Don't do no extra, you know, just do the basic shit with the motherfucker. You know, you can play with it and shit, fetch all the shit. You can play with tug of war. Don't turn it on the first year. I said, because what you want to do is let that dog know it's okay to chill. Because in his mind, it has an off switch. But if you promote as a puppy on, and then once it matures, especially the males, right? Once that testosterone hit and it matures, and you've been pushing that on button since it was a puppy, he might not know, it might not want to turn it off.
Right.
So, like you said, who do you market to? Who do you like? Who buys these dogs? People who had these dogs before and who are enthusiasts. Like, let's say you used to drive fast when you was younger, but you want a Ferrari and shit. You're not, you know, you might press the gas, but you just want a Ferrari and shit because it's a Ferrari. It's not the Camaro you had when you was fucking, you know, 30 years old, 20, 25 years old. Now, you know, you got enough money, you in your 50s, you want a Ferrari and shit. Those people gonna buy your dog. Okay. Then the majority of the people that's going to buy your dogs are going to be the people like us. Now, this is where you're going to have a hard time navigating. This is where I've had a hard time navigating. Finding those people who respect the price tag for something higher level. Okay.
Right.
Now, like you said, back to the topic, to breed for profit or to breed for your program, that is the question. To breed for your program first is what it's all about for you. So for me, and I'm going to talk from my perspective, I breed for performance. I breed for next level, next level. My nose is next. I don't want the same. I told y'all that before. I love variance in my program. I don't want a dog that looks exactly like AK and is AK. I don't want that. I got AK semen on ice because so for me in my lab, AK will always live with me as long as I got his straws. You understand that? Okay.
Yeah.
This is my program. I'm Formula One of this shit. I ain't basic of this shit. I don't need to have 20 times AK. I got, let's say I got 100 straws, I got 100 times AK in the lab. Why I need 20 times AK in my pedigree? Now, if I elevate AK through my fucking artistry as a dog man and a performance dog fucking extraordinaire, Elon Musk, I raise AK's bar to his son. Then I take his son that I raised AK2 and I made his son a fucking pillar. And I breed his son something and I raise his son and make his grandson. Like, that's how it's got to be. But see, there's only a few individuals in this dog game that's going to respect that. That's why it has to be like we talked about, like everybody kind of concurred, and which I'm going to concur with y'all, it's got to be your program before profit. Now, if you, for example, functional focus, get caught up in, okay, I got to breed something that's going to entice the consumer to want to fuck with me, and then I piggyback off of a wave that's already been a wave, but I have the top tier of the wave. Let me see if I can cowabunga that bitch to a nice little level of profit. Well, you got to look at your market that you try to surf on. So with that pit bull market, motherfuckers is they're probably not even getting 2,500. You know what I mean? Like they're probably 2,500 is probably the peak of a pit bull shit, unless you really out there in the field and you got them type of dogs that's in the field with it, like you really in the field with it, right? So then you selling to those motherfuckers. That's different because they using them dogs. It's like a racehorse. The reason why racehorses go for millions of dollars because they racing them. You understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
you breeding these type dogs with these type pedigrees where they're really using those pedigrees for what they are, but you're not using them for what they are, you will never get the money I don't care how beautiful that motherfucker is. You will never get motherfuckers to pay over 2 bands for what you got, regardless of how beautiful that shit look. Because you know why? You're not in the field showing these motherfuckers why I need 5 bands.
Right.
I need 6
and then
bands.
so that was the main, like, the point of the question was like, when does it turn from your, for you at least, how would you think of when would it turn from I'm breeding for my program to now I'm getting profit? Like, I'm bidding for profit too. Like, it's also profit as well, because at a certain point, like, I'm obviously trying to progress these dogs, but at the same time as progressing these dogs, I want it to be a profit in these. So then at the same time, I got a dog, but it has a pedigree behind it. Like I was saying, like, I have a dog. Like, my dogs, they all got pedigrees. They all got pedigrees, even though that's not what I was looking for initially. They just so happen to have pedigrees. And then that's when I'm like, okay, I could look at pedigrees and I could definitely progress the. So then, when does it turn to I'm breeding for my program, but now my dogs, they all got pedigrees. Now what? Now I got, when does it turn to profit? You know what I'm saying? Like, when does it eventually turn to profit?
I got you. Okay. Now I only speak for myself. Okay.
Yeah.
I never bred for pedigrees. I always told y'all I got fucking 3 binders full of papers and shit. I got it. I don't ever look at that shit. Ever. And I got a whole bunch of them. That's just fucking paper. Okay. Most of the dogs that I got wasn't shit. So I gotta keep it real with y'all. Okay, so anyway, that's papers. Got a whole bunch of them. That's trash. I don't even look at that shit. I look at dogs. I got a few dogs that I've ever touched in my life that to me are fucking top tier, and fewer that produce. Okay, now for me, I need dogs that are going to elevate the game when it comes to performance dogs. So it's going to take me to build the dog. Then once I build the dog, it's going to take me to fucking develop the dog. Then once I develop the dog, then it's going to take me to promote the dog. Okay? All these steps. So for me to understand, okay, damn, coach, you know, spent so much money over the years and sacrifice blood, sweat, and tears, blood, sweat, and dog shit, all the shit you done put in, all the shit, all the L's you done took. Oh, how are we going to make a profit? Well, because I'm a pioneer of this shit, that means I'm not riding nobody's wave. I create my own wave. It's going to take me longer than somebody who piggybacks off a wave. And I'm not knocking anybody who already builds their program off of something that works. Do you? Okay. That's something I will never do to y'all. However y'all operate with your program, do that. I salute that. I respect that. But see, there's certain people who are pioneers, who are spears. There's certain people who are the stem. Like you got a bow and arrow. There's certain people who's the front of that shit, who take all the hits, right? And there's certain people who's like, okay, the stem of the fucking arrow, and then the other ones are the behind the feathers of the arrow, right? I'm always a spear, so I know it's gonna take me longer than everybody else because I'm that person. I like to create. I like new shit. I'm like Bando. Like I think like that. Like the new shit inspires me. Like so. Anyway, for me to get to what you talking about, to where it's like, okay, it's my program to like how I'm gonna make a profit. Now I got to figure out what lane is my talents are gonna be most lucrative in, and that's why I had to learn right now with my program. I made my band dogs. I made my own pit bulls. You know, I got a 400 program. I haven't picked up yet. I got my own bulldogs. I did my Frenchies. You know, I played in multiple different type breeds and stuff. But at the same time, I did okay with my band dogs. I think I got, you know, let's say Lee Robinson, respect to Lee Robinson. I mean, you know, I don't know. I think he sells this for 2,500. You know, 3 bands. You know, shit, I've got what Lee Robinson got for his band dogs, and I'm new to the game. I got
Right.
you know 1,000, 3,500 for my band dogs, and my shit ain't got no papers. I got them. Okay, got dogs all over the United States and the world. But what I'm saying to you guys is, I have to assess that. Will the band dogs get me profit? No. I gotta let y'all know it's gonna take some time. That market's got to take some time to get people to respect the different cook-ups and why you cooking them up and why you asking what you asking. Okay, that's that. I had a pit bull program. I wanted to make a larger pit bull, XL pit bull, double XL pit bull, bigger, stronger, and faster. I didn't want to do what everybody else has done since the 70s to now. I wanted to make my own shit. I wanted to be known as the dog man. I didn't want to let the OGs who is dead, ain't doing dogs, don't think like me, benefit off what I'm cooking.
Right.
Not to say I don't respect them, but that's the type of dog man I am. I'm like them. You know what I'm saying? I like to cook my own shit. So when I understood that what I was cooking wasn't going to be respected, not only that, what I was cooking, the type of drive I got in my dog, type of abilities, we can't even showcase the shit. Like when niggas say some stupid ass, oh, that's a curve, that's a stupid shit. I can't tell you, well, go find you something and let's, you know what I mean? Like if I can't tell you, let's do that shit, because you talking your dumb ass shit, and then you see my shit crunch your shit up like a goddamn waffle, crunch your shit up like a cracker. You know what I mean? When Chico Lopez was talking his shit about AK, but he ain't got a dog to match up with what my shit, he ain't got a dog that's 112 pounds that's a killer. I'm not saying AK is a killer because I don't put that energy on him, but I'm sure if I put that energy on him, he'd be ready to kill shit if I put it on him. So if I can't compete with you in that level, then you know what? That's a wrap. That's done. Pit Bulls is done. So for me, to answer your question again, I had to tell myself, for me to make a profit, I got to get in a lane where I can showcase my dogs. Now, the lane that people is doing that we see online, they doing these fucking sporting dogs. Whether they be Dobermans, whether they be fucking Malinois, German Shepherds, Dutch Shepherds, all these type of, those motherfuckers will stay competing with their dogs. Now, I'm not necessarily into Malinois, Dutch Shepherd type dogs. I like making dogs. So then y'all see what I invested in. I invested in me a Malinois. Shout out to my nephew, by the way. He gave me the Malinois. And then the Kangol. And I got AK and his son. So for me, why don't I put that maximum prey drive in a Malinois? That intensity that a Malinois already has, but I put AK in that bitch with the strength and the intensity and the bite force. Now, when I cook them up, I got I'm enticing the consumer of them type dogs. I've tested it. Y'all see, y'all follow me. Y'all see, I've been testing the shit. Motherfuckers go crazy when I post that shit. They go crazy when I post them type cookups. The naysayers, the haters, and the spectators. Everybody in that shit. Y'all see it? So for me, it's like, okay, damn it, I've been cooking for so long. Yeah, I've sold dogs. I ain't really made no money because I done put way more money into this dog game than I ever made. Facts. And I love pit bulls, but they ain't paying in pit bull. You know what I mean? The pit bull game is trash because they ain't paying. And then there's so much dissension. Ain't nobody fucking advancing the shit. Why am I making pit bulls? Because I love them. That's stupid business for me, right? Profit. We talk about profit now. I love the game, but profit ain't there. So I had to tell myself, how do I take my program to profit? Okay. So I got genetics. I got a lot of genetics. I got shit on ice too. I just created a Formula One Bulldog. Bando just asked me, like, damn, which one was probably your best litter? I'm like, damn, AK and Holy Spirit. That's shit. And then I got this new shit, a Formula One Bulldog. They youngsters. They showing me some shit I ain't never seen before. They young. So I'm like, damn it, man. Nobody got a bulldog that I just produced. Nobody gonna ever have a herder unless they get it from me that I produce, though. People got herders, but not my formula. It's the formula that we talking about. Not just a herder. It's not just a bulldog. It's the formula. So when I get that confirmation from you, Functional Focus, I get that confirmation from Bill. I know my own confirmation, my own experience, my own dogs. I get that from a man that got my AR-15, or excuse me, AR-15 band dogs. That them dogs is killing. They top tier shit. And to know I put that in that dog, that's not no random ass. Oh, well, damn, your dog. No, that's not random. I cooked that in that motherfucking dog. But to get that from my peoples who's dog owners, to get OG fucking game dog men who buy AK's dogs, to get my OG out there in Florida, had to do a prison. He had to sit down. His partner stole his dog. He got out of prison. He hit me up. He's like, Coach, I need that AK and Holy Spirit. He's a game dog guy. Really doing the game dog. Had all the shit, boy. I mean, balling ass nigga. Had all the shit. He was intrigued with AK. That's what he's intrigued with. And he followed me. He respected what I was doing. Oh, you got maximum prey drive. I like how you doing it. You know what I'm saying? I want that. First pick male. He paid 4 bands for that motherfucker too. First pick. That's, you know what I mean? He was fucking with me.
Real shit.
Like I was talking about. And you're a real dog man. He's like, man, I love that boy AK, man. I ain't never seen nothing that side look like an OG game dog like that. Oh, you got and then when he got out of prison, said his homeboy stole his dog. He said he stole his shit. He said he wanted another one. As soon as you cook up another one, Coach, I need that. Because everything that I had on my yard, I had to keep that dog away because that motherfucking AK son was killing everything. Well, shit, if I'm getting that from all my motherfuckers, I must be doing something right when it comes to my cookups. So what I'm saying to you is I have to pivot. I have to go into a game that's going to respect my price tag. Pit bulls is not going to respect my price tag. Bullies is not high performance dogs. Band dogs is still some time. You probably might get $1,500 to $2,000 if you're good at what you do and you got a following. Other than that, you're not really gonna get paid more than that on a band dog. So, to answer your question, you have to go into a league or a dog arena where they're gonna compete with your dogs. What I took my mind to now, family, is I want to be able to have dogs that I can sell to the military.
Facts.
That's what I want to create now. I want to have dogs so smart, so intense, so fearless, so strong, so stellar that I can get a military contract and sell my shit to. That's where I'm going with my shit. Because you know what? These regular consumers and shit, they're not going to pay me for my expertise. Me creating dogs of maximum drive, whether it be man or prey drive, we can't use them dogs unless you're a hunter. And most hunters are going to make their own dog. They're not going to pay what I want for my shit. Plus, they probably don't want the dog to kill the pig, right? They want the dog just to catch the pig. My dogs want to kill shit.
Word.
It's kind
And
of
the only other real pit bull dudes that's really in the pit is overseas in other countries where they could do it.
And I don't want to sell to them because I don't want to get in trouble.
Exactly.
That's like I told y'all before. I don't want my dogs in the pit because to me, that's not an honorable death when you fighting for other people's entertainment. Now, if you a war soldier dog like me, I'm a real soldier. I already told y'all my testimony. I'm a real life soldier in the field of life. I'll lay it down for my squad, my family. Okay. If my dog was out there as a soldier, ranked up, and died in fucking war, that's honorable death for me.
Real honorable. Yeah.
I'm gonna salute him for that.
That's a winner right there.
Yeah. You use that drive I put in you to defend our country or whatever it was, whoever's country you defending, but you died at that. You got injured in the battle. See, that's honorable, man. I'm not gonna get in trouble for that. I'm gonna get praised for that. They're gonna buy more dogs from me.
More dogs, yeah.
Like, yo, that's the bravest dog I ever seen, man. Oh my god, that dog done saved fucking 100 of our lives and shit, man. That motherfucker found the IED and fucking fell on that bitch and saved us. Like, that's the shit I'm on. So that hopefully that answers your question. We have to sell to the right market. We have to build dogs for the right market. The people who are doing these dogs for shits and all that shit, if you got them type of dogs that will make them fucking top tier shits and winners, they'll pay you the money for that shit. If you can create a dog that is good for scent training, good for whatever, bomb sniffing, whatever the fuck them military dogs are, and they smart, they're intense, they're all that shit, fearless, guess what? You might get a military contract. That's the direction I'm going.
Yeah.
All this other shit that we've been doing and like trying to figure out and stuff like that. Yes. Breathe for you first. Breathe for your program first. Yes. Breathe for your program first. It's going to take you a while to get there. Take your time. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay. Make sure you just, like I said, take your time. If you're going to breed, have people around you that you can keep your whole litter. I fucking stress that to y'all niggas who's really serious about this dog shit. You do not know puppies. You got to let dogs be grown for you to assess them.
Yep.
You're going to assess some damn kid, you a dumb motherfucker. Now, that's on y'all. Y'all can be dumb all you want. But just know, I'm telling you by experience. Okay? I look at my young prospects, and they're still young prospects. None of them like, oh, this one's going to be the best. No, I ain't stupid. No, there's a lot of development going on there, young buck. A lot of situations I'm going to have to put you in. A lot of maturing you got to do mentally as a dog. A lot of stuff. So for you to know that, you got to keep it all. And that's why people who do military dogs, right? The military don't buy them dogs till they're probably, what, 1 years old, 1.5 years old?
Yeah.
They're not buying them as puppies. They want to see the developed dogs before they spend, whatever, $50,000 to $100,000 on a damn dog. But they spending that type of money on them damn fucking military dogs.
Hell yeah.
That's the type of money I want. So hopefully there's a whole nother level to this shit. Right now, you new to the game, you 2 years in, breathe for your program. But what I'm telling you to give you a head start is breathe for vigor. Don't copy nobody's shit. You got my blood, so you can do you with that shit. Don't do what other niggas has already done. That's why I told you, take that moonshine shit to my shit, because nobody did that shit. That's what you do. So that you get vigor.
New shit.
You want is performance dog. Imagine if you create a AK moonshine, nigga, what level you gonna be on? That's what I'm talking about. That's how you gotta think.
Hell yeah, I'm thinking like that
That's
already.
what I'm saying.
I
That's all
already,
I'm saying.
I feel like I'm up there. I'm thinking like that, and that mindset. I'll be, I'll be up at night and day about this shit. I understand that.
That's all I'm saying to you. That's how you gotta think. Because now you
Um,
got something that's new and you got vigor all over that shit. And if that dog is a top tier level dog, now you pushing a wave. Your wave is to promote it like I did AK.
right,
The world wouldn't know about AK if I didn't promote him the way I did.
right, yeah, facts.
That's why I'm saying to you as a young dog, man, that's what you got to think in your lab. You got all these top tier DNA. Now it's time for you to cook to make your own sauce. Don't cook to kind of like, okay, this is kind of how they've been cooking. I got the wave. Yes, my own type of cook up, but it's still kind of common to how they cook. So I'm gonna cook this way to kind of piggyback off the wave that's already been done. Well, the key to that is like, yeah, you can do that. Not to say it wouldn't work, but what I'm saying is like, you're not gonna get a man from Moonshine to fuck with that because like that nigga been his partner's probably been doing that shit, motherfucker. Like that shit ain't fucking.
Nah, I mean Rose, like she's the same as how AK the only one from his litter that's now. She the same way, even though, and that's a frozen semen litter too. On top of that, that's a dog that was dead. You know what I'm saying? That came back to life. So that's a dog that was put on ice. And so what I was saying off top, so I don't even care about the pedigrees. I was thinking, man, me taking this imported shit to this moonshine shit and then putting that production, the best male, into some felony shit. Oh, it's over with. That's what I was thinking. But I don't know how long that'll take and all that.
No, you just thinking backwards.
Yeah, that's backwards.
That's
I
backwards.
don't think that's backwards. Me personally, I mean, I don't know. Me personally, I think that if I take some top tier blood, mind you, I spent 5 racks on that bitch. She's different. She got the most intensity. She only 9 months. She on the yard. She ready to scrap with everything. She already done got into.
What's the
I can't say
bloodline though?
nothing. I can't
Focus.
say nothing on YouTube, but you know what I'm
What's the
saying.
blood? What's the
Huh?
blood?
What'd you say?
What's the bloodline? Name the
What's the
blood.
blood? That's that line bred, Red Boy Jocko
Red boy.
Boyle Tombstone shit.
Okay,
But
there it is.
but
That's what
that's
you just
that.
said. How many motherfuckers say Red Boy Jocko Bolio too? So how many times have you
Well,
heard that?
I could tell you like the blood, but I mean I don't know if you know. I mean her dad's that Luke Kane. You know who Luke Kane? Not Luke Kane. Puerto Rico. You know who Puerto Rico is? Luke Kane, Puerto Rico.
No, this is what I'm saying to y'all. Hold on, this is what I'm saying. You just said Red Boy Bolio Tombstone, and Yella can say this shit. All y'all, anybody in the game, dog, that shit that's nothing new. That's what I'm saying. Regardless of if it's somebody's variant of the strand, that right there ain't intriguing somebody who's already did that. That's all you got to hear what I'm saying to you. The
No,
reason why
yeah.
I went overseas to get AK from the UK is because nobody got it. You understand? So when I get it and I'm showcasing it, and then it's who he is, now guess who can only get it? You can only get it from me. Now, let's say, for example, you like, hey, I got this overseas. I got it from a man over there at Thor. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to skip you and go over there to Thor and get it.
Yep.
You ain't experienced that type shit yet.
Nope.
You ain't
Nah, I haven't. But ain't nobody willing to spend that money to do that.
Hold on now. I done sold to people who bought dogs from Thor. I done sold AK puppies to niggas who got Thor puppies. So, and then I don't know if you know, but my man Thor, homeboy, he followed me. I don't know if you noticed that or not, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he know AK. I'm giving you game because you my young boy and I love you and I want you to win. You still can do what you want to do. I don't want to ever deter you from that. So just understand that whatever you do, I'm going to support it. So listen, don't ever say, okay, fuck, I got to do what Coach say. Please don't do that.
Right. Yeah.
However, I'm putting you in a realm where you can be a pioneer. That's all I'm doing. The only reason why I can speak with the type of authority that I speak when it comes to these dogs, because I'm pioneering the game. The reason why my man Thor follow me, because he don't have an AK. He see what I'm doing with that nigga AK. You like, oh, I like that nigga. Oh, okay, that boy. Okay, I see that nigga, coach. I see what you're doing. Okay, you doing your thing with AK. That's why he fucks with me. That's why he like AK. You take that motherfucking moonshine because I love what he doing with his program. I like that moonshine shit. You know why? Because that reminds me like a small AK. You take that to one of AK's daughters, get that vigor, then you take that Italian shit and watch what you get. That's just a play I'm putting in your playbook. Either way, you do what you want to do. I'm just giving you a play. You'll thank me later. Then when I take off with what I'm doing, then you're gonna be like, Coach, man, I need to fuck with you. What you doing, nigga? With them herders, nigga. I need to fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna carry that wave. I'm gonna carry that torch. That's the direction I'm headed. You know what I'm saying? And even with these dogs, even with these Formula One bulldogs, I'm gonna let them grow up. I'm gonna let them hopefully become stars. If they become stars, I'm gonna make a herder out of them too.
Facts. I was going to ask you about that.
I already know you was gonna talk. Hey, I know you thinking like that. Come on, Reddy. I know how you think already. Definitely thinking about that. That was already on my mind because them dogs, I'm telling you, these dogs are intense, man. They're super intense.
Tangle and the fucking mouth. With that
that's okay. And the mouth, going to the mouth. Hey, and them fucking Formula One motherfuckers. Hey, them Formula One bulldogs, them motherfuckers just bite your ass.
Motherfuckers will really be breathing. Then, holy shit.
I know, and they'd be fucking real. Like the bodies on them damn dogs would be crazy.
Yeah.
A body and a bone. That'd be a freakish looking damn dog right there.
That'd be crazy.
And it'll be brand new.
It'd be brand. Hey, ain't nobody did that one yet. Ooh. So that's how we take program to profit. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
But there are steps to that though too. Yeah. So like you were saying earlier in what you was talking about, functional focus, you gotta build that audience too. So when we cook up these dogs, we gotta keep these dogs, and then we have to promote these dogs. Then when we promote these dogs, we get people excited about these dogs. Then we talk about breeding these dogs. Based off of talking about breeding these dogs, we ask for deposits before we cook these dogs. And then once we get deposits, then we cook.
Yep.
That's the order. Okay. If you guys want to get into dog breeding, there's a chain of command, or there's an order to it. Don't come in this game naive. A lot of us are, and have ambitions to be rich, because you're not. Come in this game understanding that profit is the last thing that you get. It's the last part of your fucking journey as a dog man. You will breed and be in the fucking red probably 75% of your journey. Ooh, it's scary.
It's a lifestyle, man.
That means every breeding, even though you sell them, the money that you put in the dogs, you will never get out of the red to probably 75% of your journey. In fact, you have to be able to weather that and understand that, you know what, for the love of the dogs, like Reddy was talking about, is why you do it. Why you take L's monetarily to build your program to eventually, hopefully, God willing, be profitable. Now, if you copying other people without being a part of the Ponzi scheme, then you will automatically not make it in the dog game. The people who are profitable early, they're part of a Ponzi scheme. They tell you they're making this and that and the third. There's a community that's buying into each other, and it's not selling these dogs.
Your showing is messed up, bro.
And the reason why they're not selling to consumers is because consumers are not going to pay an astronomical price for a dog. Only breeders or people who use these dogs or celebrities that got a lot of money pay top tier type dollars for dogs. And we know when it comes to breeders, there's a lot of haters. So even though you might have the best dogs, they might be hating because they don't got it and they won't even buy from you. They'll buy from somebody else that got lower level type dogs just because they don't really like you for other reason, or they're hating.
Right.
So if you bet your whole program to be profitable on breeders, then you automatically lose. So don't even go there. Now, if you breeding show dogs, and you're in the show dog community, and you're competing and winning, then because you're the winning dog and it's about clout, then you can get money that way. Most people in this dog game are not show breeders. And if they are, they're not really going to spend the money to go to all the shows to compete. Because that's a lot of money being a show dog breeder and show dog owner. It's a lot of money.
Yeah. Upkeep. You gotta really spend that dollar on the dog.
All that. I mean, going to the shows is a lot of money, man. And
nice.
Getting your dog champed out, grand champion out. It's a lot of bread.
You gotta have a suit and shoes and all that shit.
Gotta have a handler. If you're not a handler, it's a lot of shit. You gotta play the politics. Okay. All the shit. You gotta play that. So if you're not that individual, then profit is not on your horizon as a dog breeder. It's not if you're not that individual. Okay. So if you're not coming in the game with program first, taking your time, slow and steady wins the race, making sure you have a place to have dogs. Okay. Making sure if you buy a property like I did, okay, this is what I've learned in my experience. When you go and you finally can buy your property and you're like, oh, I'm moving to the country, and you go out there and you buy your property and land, you're like, I'm gonna do dogs. Okay. Make sure you buy the right property. Make sure you go to the county. Make sure you know who you living next to too. Okay? Before you buy your property, because even though you live in the country, there are people around you that are demons, and there's people around you that are fucking not country type mentality that will fucking kill your whole play. There's a lot to this dog man shit that meets the eye. Yes, you can be profitable. Yes, there are some dog men and women that are profitable. Salute to them. But see, like how Banda was talking about, they're not going to show you the struggle of that shit because nobody want to see that shit. Everybody want to see the victories and the triumphs and shit. They don't want to see the struggles. That's boring. Oh, that's for oh my God, they suck. I don't want to watch that shit. They want to see all the flex and all the shit. And that's not realistic when it comes to life, but definitely not with dogs. It's not realistic.
Nope.
And for those of us who's really in tune with this dog man life, we know this. But at the same time, you need to know why you in it. And if you're in it for profit, then don't get into dogs. I'm a witness to this shit. I'm a witness to this shit because I done sacrificed 6 figures plus in dogs. Y'all know I do dogs full time, man. And I'm still not I'm not even in the black. I got puppies. That's like I've done my numbers, brothers and sisters. Like, like I've accomplished probably 2 of my goals. First goal, well, no, 3. First goal is having the DNA accomplished. Second goal is having dogs that I produce all over the continent. Okay. Third goal is, being able to do what I love since I was a fucking 8 years old, right? Passion. Okay. But I'm not profitable. I'm not in the red. In the black, which is even. I'm not in the green, nowhere close to the green, because of what we got to do to maintain what we have, and to buy shit when you don't have shit, and you lose. You got to, like all the shit that, and you're learning this too, functional focus. All of us who's doing dog, we learn this. It takes a lot to be dog men and dog women. It takes a lot to have a program. So I don't want you guys to be discouraged. I don't want you guys to be discouraged about what I'm saying. However, I don't want you to be naive to think that you're going to come in the game, whether you buy top tier dogs like you have functional focus, like I have, and like many of you guys probably have top tier DNA. You cook them up, and you got puppies for sale, and motherfuckers ain't trying to pay you what you pay. Well, I mean, we get that, we understand that, but that's the reality of it. However, Euro said this: the dog game is so fickle that 1 month they might be on this, 1 year they might be on that. So you might invest all kind of money trying to follow the trends to make you some money, and then now the whole dog game is not even on that shit.
Facts.
Yep.
So now all the money you invested in your DNA is obsolete. Versus us as dog men, how we talking, we create our own shit. So the dog game can't fucking out fucking, date, it can't date us because our shit is new. You can't get my shit from the market because it only comes from me or you or whoever else. But it's the road less traveled, and it's going to take time. And you guys got to understand that because it's going to take time, you're not going to make any money. And you accept that. That's what you got to understand. Yes, you sell puppies, which is cool. You got to take care of them. But what that is that's advertising for you guys. Like you were saying, functional. It gets your dogs in other people's hands. Whether you give it to them for free or you sell it to them for fucking the low or whatever. Now that dog is in another consumer or another dog man's hand where it's promotion for you. That's money.
Yeah, that's the biggest part right now.
Yeah, promotion. So again, to answer your question, you have to shift your program to a market that pays. I wanted you to learn on your own, but the coach is not. I don't do pit bulls because they don't pay. Fuck that shit. I don't like.
No,
I don't,
yeah, I already know.
I don't like the community.
Hopping into the pit bull is a piece of the puzzle because eventually I'm getting into band dogs. Everything I got on the yard is a piece of the puzzle. It's all supposed to be for band dogs, but then again, the bullies, they're gonna be consistently having some sort of market depending on how you run your program and things like that, right? Which is how I'm gonna have two sides of my program, right? So, but yeah, pit bulls, yeah, like you said, man, ain't no money in pit bulls, especially with how everything's so much bans on this and bans on, right? So like, no money in pit bulls. That's a piece of the puzzle for the band dog, because for my band dog like you know, I need that, I need that tenacity, that intensity, that drive, that intent. So that's what the pit bulls is really for. I feel like like you were saying. Like that 8K shit is already, if it's already past that, going backwards, I feel like it's putting anything into that. Like that's why you say you scrapped it. You don't even need to use none of that shit no more. You put 8K into some other shit, now it's on a whole different level. Going backwards is putting motherfucking, for me, in my eyes, what I would see, going backwards, I don't even really need to use no American Pit Bull Terrier and put it into AK when it comes to band dogs. You know what I'm saying? Um, Unless I'm trying to do hog hunting, which that's what I want to do. That's my whole goal. Hog hunting, you know. Um, and then I'm supposed to be moving somewhere where I'm supposed to be, hitting hogs and doing all that type of stuff and, competing. I'm planning on competing, getting into all that stuff that you was talking about. That's my goal. I want to do
All
that.
right.
You know how you said you wanted to sell dogs for, to people at a year old and all that. So that's the ultimate goal when it comes to how am I gonna get real profit. You got to get into other lanes of the dogs, like as far as training, decoying, this and other. I don't know if y'all be seeing or not, but I'm starting to learn how to be a decoy and stuff. I be taking bites from big ass presses, big ass dogs that be leaving hematomas on my body. I'll be out there working. I'm working
Careful,
in
man.
other ways besides selling dogs, so I can eventually get out of the red. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not stuck in those cycle, and I could, you know what I'm saying, um, try to stay, because I don't really care about no trends. I hopped in the game thinking the trend was the colors, but I didn't like the colors. I thought the color, every dog with a color, I'm like, man, these motherfuckers look funny. So that's why I got the dogs I got now. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no dogs that's no trendy. Nobody who's, big breeders is gonna come to my kennel and be like, oh yeah, you got some top tier. They'll call my dogs like, oh yeah, you got some, some skinny dogs. You got some, because they don't understand. I got some dogs who's gonna work, right? So like, our whole plan is the band dogs. It's like that's why I hopped into the dogs. I'm like, man, I'm about to, sell bullies, and on the other route, on my back end for the dogs is the band dogs. Like I want to do and make my own cook-ups. I'm about to give me a Boerboel, a Greyhound, a German Shorthair Pointer. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to give me some
Oh,
dogs that niggas ain't even thinking about. Niggas
oh,
can't ever say they ever thought of. I'm gonna be, you know, cooking.
No, that's dope, and that's what I love. That's what excites me. I know Reddy get excited about that. When you talk about the different breeds, that's what excites me. Let me comment on Yellow. I put this up on the screen. He said bring your big dogs down, go get their weight is the only way to determine that. That's all I'm saying. Then you'll see how smart your dogs are and how they work themselves out of certain situations. All right, so Yellow. One thing about my program, I got standard pit bulls. I got XL. I call them XL Pitbull Dracos, and I haven't made my double XL, but I have a double XL. His name is AK47. What I mean by that is standard Pitbull phenotype, genotype, because that's how I'm talking now. XL Pitbull phenotype, genotype, and then double XL Pitbull phenotype, genotype. Okay, I know Yellow, you know your dog, so you know phenotype and genotype. Okay, so I have all three in my program. And I have so many dogs. I've had so many different type dogs. I've had multiple kennel accidents. There's no testing for me. I've been seeing every type of situation on my own yard. So for me, I know if, for example, my XL Draco, Black Hawk, how he's bred, I know if there was a dog that matched his weight, and we were doing that stuff that we're not doing now, I already know that Black Hawk will be fucking a demolisher. Is in them. It's just, it's like I said, it's like the OGs who know how to cook. There's certain OGs that know how to make dogs, and those be the dog men that sell a lot of dogs to those type dog men who want them type dogs. Like, when you know what you want and then you see it, but then not only that, you as a consumer, you're going to see it and be like, oh, I want that. But imagine somebody who know how to cook it and see it. So when I see it and I knew that I cooked it, and I know I can cook more of that shit. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't need to put my dogs in different weight classes to know what they do, because I know I know what I put in them. And so when my consumers or my fellow dog brothers get my dogs and then they see it, then they tell me their stories. I'm like, nigga, oh, that's what happened to you. Like with functional focus, like, oh, that's what happened to you. I done dealt with that shit too. Oh yeah, I done dealt with that shit too. So, unfortunate for my brother, but at the same time, I feel your pain. I done dealt with that shit too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Bill, he shared his testimony. He done lost 3. And so that's all I'm saying is, like, when you know how to make the dog, like, you got the formula, right? I got the blueprint and I got the patent on the shit. And let's say you find my shit, but then you say, damn, I figured it out, but damn, coach already got the patent on that shit. That's where I'm at with these dogs, especially the pit bull, especially with the pit bull. That's why I'm not doing pit bulls no more, because what I'm cooking is obsolete to the game. I can't test my dogs for that. Why am I breeding dogs that have maximum prey and man drive, standard, XL, double XL, when I can't test them and prove it?
Exactly.
So that means my expertise is obsolete for the pit bull game, because we can never test our dogs. I can never come up to you and be like I was saying, you call my dog a cur. Well, I'm not going to let you call my dog a cur. We're going to fucking get this money on. We're going to have a wait and a date. And then me and you both going to see. That's how I see it. But we're not in that arena, and I don't breed dogs for that. Pit bulls is no longer my fucking forte. I'm done with that shit. Okay. Now, with them damn, like I told you, them herders, the motherfuckers who like to compete with them fucking PSA, TSA, whatever the fuck them different type of, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'll cook dogs for y'all, because y'all pay me for a top tier dog like that. Y'all, if I want 15 grand for that shit, you'll pay me for that shit, because you're gonna compete with it and get your trophies and all your accolades with that motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
So you like, shit, man, I'm trying to beat my homeboy. I'm trying to beat this kennel club. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get this whatever, this certification. Damn, your dogs do that? How much you want, coach? I need 15 bands for that shit. Man, give me that shit, man, because I'm going to make whatever I'm going to make, or I'm going to get all these accolades, and my kennel club is going to be the top kennel club. Or like I said, if I got some top tier dogs and they're buying Malinois, Dutch Shepherd for the military, I got my Formula One herders You know what I'm saying? I got them all top tier and all, whatever. I find out what they do. And then I go and I, link up with somebody who can line me up with a military contract. I showcase my dogs with the other dogs. My dogs beat their dogs. Now I get a military contract. I need bread. I need that money. Like, that's the type of dogs I make. I just don't make dogs just to make dogs and have pedigrees that look good and shit. No, I really make dogs that do the job. Nigga, like that's my passion. That's my art. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got these Formula One fucking bulldogs. When I see these damn intense dogs, they bite me and shit like that. I know what I put in them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm not intimidated by that shit. I know what I know what they doing that shit. I know what they bite me because I fucking put that bite in their ass. Mm-hmm. You bite me because I put that in you. Yeah, I know. I get it. Somebody else who get that dog and is biting them, they're gonna be scared of it.
Exactly.
That dog don't belong in their hands. That dog belongs in the military hands. That's what that dog belongs in.
Sure could get the work it needs.
Yeah, it needs to, it needs to die on the shield. You know what I'm saying? Real soldier shit. He needs to die on the shield. He needs to go out there for a purpose, do his job at a high level, casualty of war if it is what it is, and love it. And love it. And love the L it took. Love the fact that it died doing what it loved to do. That's what my dogs want to do. So that's what I'm saying. You guys, it's levels to what we're talking about. That's why we have this platform on Thursday night. But we're talking high performance working dogs. We're not talking regular dogs. We're not just talking performance dogs. We're talking high performance working dogs. So that means you got to do everything at the highest level. We got to think outside the box to create the circle. If we're not thinking like that, you're never going to get the highest level of performance. You will never have legendary freak of nature type dogs. If you breed like everybody else is breeding, you're going to be getting the same type of dogs everybody else is getting.
Right.
We don't talk like that. We talk like, how do we raise the bar? You know what I'm saying? What other dogs out there? Oh, shit. Just like you said, functional focus. I'm at this, I'm at that. Reddy always, he always got all kind of different dogs. Me, I'm always thinking like that. Us in the chat, we probably all think the same. That's how we make next level dogs. That's how our dogs will be talked about when it comes to performance freaks and shit. Like, how did you? Well, you ain't in our think tank. You don't think like us. That's why you can't make this type dog. Hey, shout out to
have you you got any productions out that's hitting hogs right now, or like doing any like man work like at them like at any like events and stuff already?
I don't know about the people that I don't really follow up with the people as far as what they do with their dogs. Like I said, I ain't got no time for that. I know that my line of pit bulls come from hog dogs from Arkansas. I know that for a fact.
Oh yes, I plan on. Like I was about to give one of my top tier, like one of the best males I thought was like had the most dominance out the litter. He was like acting the most dominant. He was the one I wanted all the smoke. I was about to give him to somebody in Florida for free just so he could work him and promote him for me. That's the type of that's the type of stuff I plan on doing for the next couple of years. You know what I mean? Breed a dog, give that shit to somebody who's gonna really promote it for me working. So then at a certain point I got that demand on this blood. Now these people know. They done seen it work. They done seen, you know what I mean? They know. And then so at a certain point, once how I plan on doing, how you were saying, how I plan on doing it is, I plan on working, breeding this dog. Say I plan on keeping this one and selling them to somebody, to like a high end security agency or something like that, right? Who's willing to spend 10, 15 bands on this dog, right? I plan on giving that dog to a top end trainer, right? That's training it, getting it ready for this protection stuff, right? And then boom, you know what I'm saying? Now the dog, a year old, year and a half, and got proven, and he's in this agency's eyes, and then now they willing to spend these bands with me and stuff. I plan on doing that stuff too. That shit, But
that's
the
how it
band
works.
dogs, I think with the band dogs, that's the way that, like, how I don't know if you've been watching what's the name, Rough House. So
Rough
they
House.
doing that currently. They're doing that currently. They bred a Corso with a herder
Malinois.
some sort, Dutch or
Malinois.
something.
Or Dutch.
I think it was a Dutch Shepherd.
Yeah.
So they bred a Corso with a Dutch Shepherd. Both dogs proven alone individually, right? So they bred them to that. And I think that, so there's one lady I'm following, her name Quinn something. Anyways, she's she's just like a real good known reputable trainer or whatever that be training and working dogs and like building them up, right? Building dogs. And she got one of their dogs. I'm pretty sure they gave it to her. They got a deal going, whatever. Both of them getting clout from him, both of them getting attention for it, whatever, right? I don't know who, how the money works in that situation, but I'm sure she's getting paid to work this dog up until the dog's, fully trained, and then that's when that dog will be getting sold to somebody like the caliber you talking, right?
Yep.
That's so there's people, trying to this the waves, so now it takes people like you to start doing the same shit, like, getting them dogs out there, and then next niggas like me is coming up, niggas that's, getting their shit started, like, Duro and all that, all us. And then next
Yeah.
thing you know, we pop in and, it's a whole platform, the whole wave. But
You
yeah,
know,
that's
so you see how they doing the herd. They've added the herder, and so I don't know, man. Did you send me that ready about Rough House doing band dogs now? Somebody sent me that.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, so shout Ready. Hey, Ready is ahead of the curve, nigga. That nigga's like a fucking dog man scout. You feel me? Like that nigga know performance dogs before we know him. But he sent me that shit about what they was doing. They was doing band dogs, right? Because he was doing corsos. He said, I fuck the corsos. I'm done with the corso. I'm doing band dogs. So for him to do that corso to a fucking herder, head of his time. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to him for that shit. And you see them puppies going crazy already. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
I'm
facts.
I'm
The
just giving
wave.
y'all a tip. Giving you guys a little tip as far as what the wave is going to be. If you want to get paid, it's going to be the bull herders. It's going to be the bull herders. Anybody who can create the best bull herders wins.
Yep.
Okay, that's going to be the wave, and you can cook them up any kind of way you want. It's all about performance at the end. If you can cook up the best bull herder, you will win financially and popularity and trust me, because that's the direction I'm going. I'm going that direction. Because motherfuckers will pay for one of them dogs to compete with them damn all them damn shits and all that shit. They'll pay for that shit. Motherfuckers will pay for that shit. Because they competing with that shit. They competing with it. So where best to showcase our dogs than for that type of sporting type event where people aren't really like, you know what I mean? I got killer dogs that are just playing like they killers. And it's a game for them. I can kill, but I can act like it. So I can get my killer instincts on, but not really have to deal with the liability. Like, that's kind of where I'm at now. It's like, remember I was telling you, it's like, even my band dogs, it's like, I don't want my fucking dogs biting nobody because then I'm going to deal with the consequences.
Right.
I don't want that shit. Yeah. I see how my dogs kill other animals. I see when they get into kennel accidents where I'm there and I'm able to break it up, the damage that they do to each other. Imagine that on a fucking human being. Like, hell no, I don't want to imagine that. I don't want to. So if I know I put maximum prey drive and then I'm breeding maximum man drive too, and then one of my dogs bite a human for whatever reason, they come on my yard, my dog's like, I don't know, you bite you, like this dude. I don't want to deal with that shit. But then why did I put that in my dog? Just because, it sounds good to the consumer who can't afford it? Or the consumer who can't handle it if they ever get one? No. Why am I breeding them type dogs? So now I have the shift. It's like, okay, if I like breeding dogs like that, which I do, and I'm good at it, which I am, then I need to market to the right people. I need to breed to the right people. The average consumer, unless you really want that dog and you're going to accept the liability and you're going to be a real alpha and control it and do it the correct way, then you shouldn't be buying my dogs. To me, like that's what I got to say to you. Like,
Hey, coach, I gotta get up out of here though. I appreciate
okay,
y'all
no
having me up
problem,
on
man.
here.
Thank you for showing up for the panel, man. I love the feedback and everything you offered to the panel, man.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
see
Appreciate
For
you.
that.
you shortly, man. See you shortly, man.
Yes, sir. I'll see you soon. I'll be, when I'm heading up there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love, man. Love you,
All right,
brother.
man. Yes, sir. Love, man. Hey, y'all, stay up.
All right. Peace, man.
Yes, sir.
Yep. But yeah, we'll close out shortly. But you know what I'm saying, Reddy? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like when you do this, and then you get to see what you've created over the years, and then you've assessed your productions, and you're like, yo, these dogs really do these things that I put in them.
Right.
Like it puts a different perspective on your program, and then also on your market. It puts a different perspective on it. So yeah, I'm ambitious, and like I have that go, yes, I can do it mentality, and I'm going to do it, and I have the resources to do it, and I buy the dogs, I start cooking, and I get these type dogs, and and I just spent everything to do it, and my program is developing, but my money is not adding up, right? The money don't add up to the program. Like shit, all the shit I put in this shit is not. I'm not making any money. I'm taking the L with these dogs. Now it's either give up on the dogs because you're losing. Because that's really what as a business you're gonna say, like, fuck, I'm not making no money. I need to get out of dogs. Like that's what you're gonna say. Or you say, okay, how do I do what I do to eventually get to a profit? Well, what you do is you continue building your program.
Yeah, that's number one.
That's it. And God willing, you can have dogs, plural, or a dog that can catapult you to a level where people are interested in what you're doing with your dogs in your program.
Yeah, you got to get the interest in the people. That's like one of the main things. You need the interest of the people.
You have to have the interest. You got to have a dog, rest in peace, Hulk, or any other dogs out there, or you got multiple dogs that captures people's attention. Now, for us that do working dogs, we need working dog enthusiasts, not consumers.
Right.
Okay. Which is a smaller, like we're in a small pond. It's not the sea anymore. It's a small pond
Right.
of people. But see, those people are willing to pay for quality when it comes to working dogs. Those people are like yourself, Ready, like myself, like you guys in the chat, like whoever else who want that dog. They want it so much that they'll pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, I need that. I need that. I need that. How much? Okay. Oh well, fuck. I need fucking 10 grand. I'll take that. Like, oh shit. Okay.
With
cool.
no problem.
Oh, but I mean, with no hesitation. Like I'm one of those guys. Like I'm really one of those guys who, if I want the dog, how much? As long as it ain't fucking ridiculous. But if most of it is ridiculous to most people, but for me, it's like I know what I'm gonna do with that. Like I'm buying the DNA and I'm gonna keep cooking with it. I'm gonna cook with it. I'm gonna get puppies out of it that I'm gonna keep cooking with. So eventually I'll make what I spent back at least. Right? The money that I pay for the dog, I'll at least make that back. I might not make over that. Hopefully I'll make over it, but I'll at least get my investment back. That's how I see dogs.
Yeah.
And if you guys are serious about your program, which is first, right? To breed for, you're right. That's why we're breeding for the program. Then yeah, if you got the money, that's the sacrifice you put in. Like somebody got some genetics that you want, you like it. You're like, damn, I need this. This is gonna add some great vigor to my program. Vigor is what I keep stressing y'all niggas over here. Okay. Don't like man, my goodness, y'all can follow the inbreed and in line breeding all you want. That's fine. Y'all breeding show dog. If you breed show dogs, you do that shit. We only inbreed over here or line breed over here to, like, if you got like a superior dog that's producing itself, that's the only reason why I would inbreed it.
Yeah.
So that I can compound that shit. So when I outcross it, I'll get more of that in the outcross. See, there's a reason why I still want the outcross vigor, but I want that heavy fucking potent genetics that I know can produce itself, only if it produces itself, to be potent enough to kind of override the outcross. That's the only reason why I do it. Not just to be like, cause I need the same.
It looks like him. Nah, we
don't. Oh, it's the same color or it's the same height. And I wanted to have it, 30 times in the pedigree. Nah, that's not the formula, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if I'm not thinking like how car dealerships do their cars, you know, we talked about this a while ago. Like, think about every year, right? You'll have a same body. They might change the body style every 5 years for a car, right?
Right.
But every year they're adding different features. That's why you will buy the 2024, 2025, 2026, because it's something different. If I had the same car for 5 years and I'm fucking telling you to buy it like it's brand new, you're not gonna buy that shit. Just you waiting for that new body style to come out.
Exactly.
Why do you don't think like that when it comes to the dogs? Well, I do.
And I do too. Shit.
You know, I want you to be like, Coach, you know, like, dog, I love that 2023 fucking version of AK that you fucking cooked up. But fuck, man, that 23, man, I've been hearing the press release and all the shit you talking about the 2024. Like, damn it, man, I might have to get the 2024 too, because that feature that you're gonna add, man, I would love to see that in that. You know, like, that's the excitement for the consumer who love performance dogs. Is like, what else can this dog do?
Yeah, always got to have new upgrades and adjustments. Always. You can't downgrade them.
Nah, we ain't going backwards or staying the
Can't
same.
downgrade
Dogs.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy to me. Why I would think to myself for me as an artist, why I want to paint the same painting and shit.
That's doing bad to the dog.
That's horrible to the dog. Ready? You know what I mean? Like, that ain't doing AK no justice to make the same dog and shit.
Yeah.
Like, damn, daddy, you couldn't even make better than me. Like, why are you making me for, daddy? I'm already me.
Already here, yeah.
Yeah, I'm already me, pops. What the fuck? Why I need you for, man? I mean, shit. Nah, that's not what I'm here for, AK. I'm here to make you better. You know what I mean? That's my job. That's my gift. Thank you, AK, for being who you are, but I'm not here to produce you. I want to produce better than you, son. You know what I mean? And there it is. And so, you know, back to the topic as we close out, you know, to breathe for profit. I mean, come on, ready? We always be cooking up good shit. Ready?
Facts.
Classroom stay lit. You know, like this is what we do. We make you think over here, man. We're not here to entertain you. We're here to make you think. We want you to think outside the box to create the circle. I want to see next level shit, man. Because I'm the type of dog, man, that if I see something that I want that y'all cooking, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's not many people with a lab that got like how Functional Focus was talking. Like, I want to do a Greyhound. I want to add this. Like, there's not too many people with a lab that got multiple different breeds of dogs in their lab.
Right.
That's something that we don't see often on even on Instagram. You might couple of people got it, few, very few people have it. Most people don't got no fucking yard like that.
Nah, they got the same dogs.
Same dogs in they shit. Oh, I got a whole bunch of Borbos. I got a whole bunch of pit bulls. Got a whole bunch. They ain't got a whole a variety pack of top tier performance dogs and that shit. Like, you got what? You got damn. You got what? Damn. You know, like for me, even having a Kangal, niggas wish they had a Kangal. Nigga.
I'm surprised you ain't get like a male and a female.
Bro, because I don't want to breed just Kangals. There's already, that's what I'm saying.
No, I mean, like, into another dog, you know?
Man,
but females, just have it.
The females is where I get the puppies at, man. I mean, shit, all I need is a female. You feel me? Ready? All I need is a female. I could take a female to a whole bunch of different males and get all kind of variances. Why I need a male for? I need a female.
That's true.
Shit, she gonna give me all the puppies. You know, so that's how I see it. It's like, you know, plus it's like, I'm not trying to just fucking, you know, breed everything to a Kangal. You know, I have a plan behind what I wanted to do. So it's like, okay, one female, I could breed her to 3 different males if I wanted to, and get 3 different variances of a Kangal, and then build off of that.
No, that's facts. You're gonna get some crazy shit with this shit you're about to do anyway.
And we're gonna get a variant because they're not inbred. You know what I'm saying? That's not an inbreeding type of dog.
Yeah.
So
They're gonna be real clean.
yeah, I'm gonna get all kind of different type Kangal AKs crosses. It's gonna like every puppy's gonna be different.
Yeah.
And I'm praying to God that, and shout out to Dog Man Don, man. I still every time he said that shit, I'm like, man, that's what I'm praying for. I'm praying that somebody will buy my whenever I could, somebody will buy the whole litter and
Whole litter, yeah.
like a dog man, like a dog club or something like that. You know, like motherfuckers who really be training type dogs buy the whole litter. When I bring AK to that Malinois, that whole fucking dog club will buy the litter and fucking take that whole litter and cook and fucking work they shit. That's what I'm praying
dream right there, man.
That's what I'm praying for right there.
That's a win right there. That's the
one club. They put their money together. They buy the whole litter and they test the whole litter out. They each one of them get it and they compete with their dogs they get and test that whole litter out. That's what I'm hoping that I'll fucking, you know what? That might be my marketing campaign with that shit.
That's a real goal right there. Shit.
Real shit, huh? I'm ready.
Yep. I like that.
Sell it to a dog club. Whole litter. Buy the whole litter and then y'all take the litter and fucking work every single one of them and test every one of them. Put y'all fucking mechanical skills, your dog man training skills to them and work every one of those. Y'all compete with these offspring and see which ones is the best. Ooh, that'll be fire.
Shit.
That's how I'm gonna promote them things. Matter of fact, ready? That's how I'm gonna promote them. Over time, I'm gonna promote them just like that. And you know, God willing, that might be the wave, man. Sheesh. Shout out to Dog Man Don. Thank you, Dog Man Don, for that idea.
Yeah, you know, that was a nice one, man.
Hey, Coach, have you ever thought about selling the whole litter? Like selling somebody the whole litter? I'm like, shit, I never even thought of it like that. You know what? Damn, that's shit. That's how I need to sell it.
I could see the military buying the whole litter.
Bro, all them shits and clubs and shit, they buy the whole litter, man. That's what y'all do. Y'all believe in the pairing? You buy the whole litter, man. If I got a litter for 8, 6, 12, y'all buy the whole shit and then y'all train the shit. Your whole crew train the motherfuckers up and fucking put them to the test. That shit will be so fun, man. That'll be the wave.
And you be seeing them shits on TV.
Bruh, that's that. I mean, that's pretty much at the end of the day for me, that's my goal is to build the dogs, like be a dealer, like almost like a dealership. Ready? Right. I'm the factory. I cook them because that's what I do best. I'm the top tier. I make them shits. That's what I do best. And then I put them in people who tune them and drive them. Tune them and work them. They're like, Coach, I need that formula. Cool, I cook it. Cook.
Manufacture it real quick. Send them out.
Send them out. The whole litter go out to them. Bam, they go out there and work them. Boom. Then they sell them. They work them and then they sell them for like fucking $100,000. You feel me? They put the work in as puppies. Then they sell them for 100 bands. You know, 200 bands fully trained. Because that's how they do it.
Yep.
They call me for that sauce. They like, cook it up for us because we got so many damn people all over the world that want us to train them and sell them. They want them fully trained, but how you cook them is on a whole nother level, and we need your sauce because everybody want them fully trained.
Yep.
That's the wave that's where I'm at now. Ready? I'm at that shit because, you know, like we said, cook for your
everybody else is just playing now, and they not going in that way and shit.
And if they are, more power to them. I salute them because there's people that have military contracts. There's people that are actually doing that. So I salute them. I do. I salute them. However, there's certain people who have gifts when it comes to creating these type dogs. And there's people who have gifts when it comes to training. Mm-hmm. I have a gift when it comes to creating dogs. That's my gift. And every time I create, I raise the bar higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. Okay. So for you who love performance, then if you're a race car driver and you drove the fucking 2024 Formula One race car fucking winner, and then my competitors is like, yo, I got your sauce. And then me as a head engineer, I know that, you know what, my competitors, they know my sauce because I beat them with it. Because, you know, it ain't nothing new under the sun, right? So if I ain't tweaking my shit so that they don't know my new sauce, then why am I relevant?
Exactly.
I'm not relevant no more.
Nope.
But see, how I think is every time I'm going to push the envelope. So I'm going to close out with this. My vision is like AK. Blackhawk's not proven yet, but AK. Hopefully, God willing, before AK passes away, I'll have at least 100 straws. That's my goal.
Mm.
Ooh, yes.
Damn.
Hear what I'm saying? Ready? Hear what I'm saying? Ready? My goal is to have 100 straws before AK dies. And my power in the dog game, when it comes to these herders, as AK has proven to produce, I haven't tested them with the herders yet, but I tested them with a lot of other dogs.
Mm-hmm.
If AK produces these atomic fucking nuclear herders, and like I said, I was able to get that vision across and able to get my shit to the people that really worked it out, and then them dogs turn out to be what they are. Bro, imagine how much money I'm gonna be able to get every time I do an AK to any herder, bitch.
Oh, nah. You're going to be number one every time.
Every time, right? Because see, my key will be AK to the herder. That's why they will be buying from me. Because
Right.
it won't be just a pit bull or a bull to a herder type.
It'll be AK.
It'll be AK to the herder type. If I get a top herder, whether it be a Dutch Shepherd, top tier bitch from a top tier breeder or whoever, whichever top tier breeder genetics to AK, that's why people gonna fuck with me and spend the money because they're like AK to that top tier fucking herder bitch. Oh, I know we gonna get the sauce because he done put himself every time. That's how I'm gonna keep myself relevant.
Right.
When the wave take off. Because it's not like, okay, I'm taking AK sons, grandsons, great-grandsons, you know, whatever. I'm just taking pit bulls to herders like everybody else might be doing. Well, okay, anybody can do that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's herders and just the formula, I'm gonna do it my way. But if you have a dog that is producing top tier shit and is proven and it's him, we're not doing like how the game pit bull talk about Red Boy, Jocko, Bulio, Tombstones, and them dogs ain't in the front of the shit. Nah, no. We got AK front, AK direct every time. So that's how I'm going to carry my shit on when it comes to my performance dogs, because I'm going to make sure that the dog that's producing, I'm going to have as many straws as I can fucking get. 100 is my goal. And then once I show that I can produce these top tier dogs and people buy into them, now, you know, you can't go buy it from nobody else but me.
Facts.
You can't. You might have the sauce. You might take the bull herders that I sold you and breed them together. That's fine. That's okay. That's fine. Do that. Cool. But you already know what the motherfuckers about. Yo, where did you get that dog from? Well, I got it from the coach, man. I mean, shit, you got to go fuck with the coach. that's AK. That's AK son. That's AK daughter. Oh, okay. I need that. I need to fuck with the coach. So that's how I'm going to turn my program into profit as we drop the mic.
Killed that one.
There we go. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for showing me the classroom. We had about 20 plus people that came on the live. So salute to you guys. I know we put in, you know, over 3 hours, but you know, this is something that we needed to discuss. Yeah, we needed to discuss this, man. And I'm glad you know, you stayed on with me already. You know what I mean? I always appreciate your knowledge when it comes to the dogs, because you are definitely a dog man connoisseur when it comes to performance dogs. You know your shit, you do your research, you know, you gotta
it's still a lot to learn though. It's never stop learning. It's a lot.
Right. But I respect you because you on that. That's what helps us learn. That's You know, that's why I respect you and I appreciate you, because you bring things to my attention that I don't even know, and I'm a learner. So when you show me new shit, I'm like, oh, damn, that shit dope. Oh, what? That's so the fact that you have that mind to explore, and you coming up with these different type of, you know, a variance of dogs, and you're showing different type of breeds of dogs that most people don't have the mind to even experiment, to even go and search for the shit. You see what I'm saying, Young Ready?
Facts.
That's why I gotta respect what you are, because you have the mindset to go and find the shit. Seeking you shall find. You finding it. And then for those of us who like different recipes, who like different dog genetics, when you see different shit, like how you and Bando was talking about a whole different dog I never even heard of. Most people, I'm sure people in the chat didn't hear about that, never heard about that. Maybe they have, but see, this is why us as dogmen who respect the pedigrees, or excuse me, not pedigrees in that sense, but respect the different type dogs. Right. You find out these dogs, you see them, you're like, whoa, like, damn. What was that dog? I think, didn't you show us like another dog? It was like a wolf and something else. What was it?
It's like they call them the Lhasa Hong dog.
Was it like
it's
a
like
Caucasian?
a German Shepherd mixed with a wolf?
Was it a Caucasian Shepherd mixed with a wolf or something like that?
Oh, they got those too. I think
I saw something like that. Maybe it was on a post. I saw some shit, crazy shit. And when it's over, it's like some crazy amount of money too.
Oh, the one I think you reposted it, but I had posted it before. It was a Caucasian off chalker mixed with a wolf.
With a wolf.
Paid $5 million for it.
Yes, paid $5 million for it. You see look, that's what I'm talking about. Breathe for your program so that eventually you might, God willing, God in your favor, be able to breed for profit. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because who would have known?
They probably didn't know that would have happened.
I'm sure they didn't know. I'm sure they just probably was in the lab like us, talking like us, doing shit. Hey, what about this? Hey, let's try this. Hey, they probably was talking like us. And then somebody with some real big bread was like, yo, I want that shit.
Yeah.
What? You did what? I'm a fan of the wolf. Or what? I'm a fan of the Caucasian Shepherd, or whatever the motherfucker it is. Oh, you did the wolf with that? Oh, man, how much you want for that, man? It's not for sale. How much you want for that, man? It's not for sale, man.
It's funny, though, because a lot of Caucasians look like that normally.
Yeah, I know that. I noticed that, too. I didn't even notice really the difference. It kind of had like more of a grayish type, you know, and then the muzzle looked like it's a little bit longer.
Yeah, the face kind of looked more wolfy, though.
Wolfish, yeah. It looked kind of more wolfish in the face. So I did kind of see that. But imagine imagine the predatory type energy in that type of Caucasian. Like, that's a real killer.
Yep.
And that's probably what that guy really wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like, he probably wanted that type, damn near like it's an exotic cat type shit. Like it's a lion type shit, but it's a dog.
Yeah. He looked like he from Dubai or something, the dude that bought him. So they be into buying tigers and cheetahs and all that shit.
And see, that's why what we talking about right now, how we thinking right now is Dogman. See, that's who you want to come across your program and your dogs that you promote and see it and want to spend money with you. Like, like that's who you want to hit you in your DM and like, yo, I ain't never seen no shit like that. Or yo, I've been kind of watching your shit for a while, bro. And bro, like I love your dogs. And what do you want for that dog? Like, man, I can't sell that shit. Like, you know, man, how much you want for like, dog? I can't sell that shit, bro. Like, sorry, nigga. Like, what are you talking about? I'm not never selling that shit. How bad, bro? I got $2 million for you. Hold on. What? How much? 2 million? What? Can I get some semen off that motherfucker? It's yours. 2 million?
Facts.
Can I get some semen off him? Is it all right? Yeah, you can get as much as you want. Oh, man, 2 million, he's yours. Like, that's how we should be thinking.
Yeah.
But you know, that's wishful thinking, damn near, right, Young Ready?
Exactly.
So as we close out, focus on your program, man. If you try to get into breeding dogs, don't get in it for the profit. It's far-fetched, man. I've been doing this shit for a long time and I'm still in the red. And I done did enough in the dog world. That's all I can tell y'all. I done did enough. And I'm just letting you know I'm still in the red. And you know, so breed for your program. Don't breed for profit. If God blesses you with an exceptional program, you got exceptional marketing, and you're exceptionally determined and focused and dedicated to your craft as a dog man, and it's not about the money first, maybe God will bless you with a profitable program. But if he doesn't, then keep breeding for your program and, be happy with that. Okay? Other than that, you got anything else to say, Young Ready?
Stay in y'all lane.
Ooh, just like that, y'all. And be happy that you're in your lane too, okay? Don't let nobody push you off your motherfucking square, okay? Unless they're trying to tell you to make a circle. If they're trying to push you off your square to make a circle, then change is good. But if they're trying to push you off your square to push you off and make you be a failure, man, you better stand on your pivot, man. Stand on your post, my boys and girls. Other than that, man, we out this thing, huh? We out. I'm ready. We out, man.
Happy birthday, Coach, man.
Thank you, Ready, man. I appreciate you, man. Much love and respect. Thank you, brother.
Man.
Appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man. We out.
Peace.
Peace.